December 18th, 1944, evening, 9 o'clock, somewhere outside Bastogne, Belgium. My name is James Kowalski, Jimmy, Private First Class, Company F, 2nd Battalion, 506th Parachute Infantry Regiment, 101st Airborne Division. I'm 21 years old, from Hamtramck, Michigan. I'm starting this diary tonight because I have a feeling about what's coming. We were in Mourmelon, France. Rest camp. First real break since Holland. Hot showers, clean bunks, movies. I'd been writing letters to Dorothy, my girl back home. Was gonna ask for a weekend pass to Paris. Then this morning, everything changed. 0500 hours, whistles blowing, officers running through the barracks, shouting at everyone to get up, gear up, move out. No explanation, just pack your stuff, grab your weapons, trucks are waiting. The rumor mill started immediately. Germans broke through somewhere. Big push, maybe the biggest since D-Day. Nobody knew for sure. Still don't, really. We loaded onto deuce and a halfs. Convoy of maybe 50 trucks. Cold as hell. December in Belgium, and all I've got is my jump jacket and a wool blanket. Been colder though. Normandy was worse. At least I keep telling myself that. Corporal Eddie Martinez sat across from me in the truck bed. He's my assistant gunner, 23 years old, from San Antonio, Texas. Been with me since Tocoa. He had his rosary out, lips moving but no sound. Eddie always prays before things get bad. He's got good instincts. Private Benny Schultz, our ammo bearer, 19 years old, from Brooklyn, wouldn't shut up the whole ride, talking about how this better not take long because he had a date with a French girl next week. Kid talks when he's nervous. We all got our ways of dealing with it. The roads were chaos. MPs directing traffic at every intersection. Other units moving up. Artillery rolling past. You could feel it. Something big was happening. We rolled into Bastogne around dusk. Little town, 7 roads coming in like spokes on a wheel. That's why we're here. Whoever holds Bastogne controls the roads. Simple as that. Got our orders quick. Northeast perimeter. Dig in along the road to Foy. Establish defensive positions. Hold until relieved. Now here's the thing about digging foxholes in Belgium in December. The ground is frozen solid, not just hard, frozen, like concrete. We've been at it for 3 hours with entrenching tools and we've got maybe 2 feet down, need at least 4 to be safe from artillery. My hands are raw, blisters on top of blisters. The gun is set up though. M1919-4, 30 caliber Browning. 31 pounds of beautiful American engineering, water-cooled, belt-fed 400 to 600 rounds per minute. Been carrying this gun since Normandy. Know every inch of it. Could break it down and reassemble it blindfolded. We've got it positioned covering the road. Good field of fire, maybe 200 yards clear. Interlocking with 2nd Squad's gun to our right. The tripod is solid. Ammo cans stacked and ready, 6 belts of 250 rounds each, 1,500 rounds total. Hope it's enough. Martinez is in the hole with me, 2-man crew now that we're stationary. Schultz is in a hole 20 yards back with the extra ammo and supplies. That's the setup. It's quiet now. Too quiet. You can hear other guys digging, somebody coughing, the wind through the pine trees, but no shooting, no artillery, nothing. That's what worries me. In Normandy, we knew where the Germans were. We could see them. Here, it's just dark forest and empty fields. They could be anywhere. Martinez just asked me what I think is going to happen. Told him the truth. I don't know, but something's coming. You don't rush the whole 101st to a nowhere town in Belgium unless something bad is already here. My hands are so cold I can barely feel the pen. Need to stop writing and try to sleep. Standing orders are 50% alert. One guy watches while the other sleeps. 1-hour shifts. Not sure I'll sleep anyway. Got that feeling in my gut. The one I had the night before we jumped into Normandy. Dorothy, if you ever read this, know that I'm thinking about you. About home. About the life we're gonna have when this is over. But first, I gotta get through whatever's coming. Entry 2. December 19th, 1944. Night. 11:30. Same position. We made contact. Around 10 o'clock, Martinez nudged me. I'd been dozing, pointed toward the tree line, movement, shadows moving between the trees. I got on the gun. Martinez fed the belt. Safety off. Sight picture good. Waited. The moon was behind clouds. Just enough light to see shapes. 4 of them. Maybe 5, moving slow, spread out, 50 yards from our position. I waited until they hit 40 yards, squeezed the trigger. The 30 cal opened up. That sound, like heavy canvas ripping, tracers arcing out, red streaks in the darkness. I walked the fire left to right across the tree line, the gun bucking steady against my shoulder. Hot shell casings ejecting, hitting the frozen ground with little pings. 50 rounds, maybe 60. Then I stopped. Silence. Ears ringing. Martinez whispered, "Did you get them?" I didn't know. Couldn't see anything. The muzzle flash had killed my night vision. We waited. 10 minutes, 20. Nothing moved. When dawn came, we could see 2 bodies in the snow about 30 yards out. Germans. One was maybe 19 years old, brown hair, his eyes were still open, staring at the sky. The other one, I couldn't see his face. He was face down. They're still out there now. We got orders not to recover them. Let them freeze. Psychological warfare or something. But I can see him. The young one. From here I can see his face. He looks like my cousin Stosh. Same age, same build. Stosh works at the Ford plant now. Making tanks. This German kid was probably making tanks too before they put a rifle in his hands and sent him here. I killed him. Don't know if it was my round specifically, but I was shooting and now he's dead, so it was me. This isn't my first time. Normandy, Holland. I've killed before. But somehow this feels different. Maybe because I can see his face so clearly. Maybe because we're not moving. We're just sitting here and he's out there and I have to look at him. Martinez says it gets easier. I don't know if I want it to get easier. What kind of person does that make you when killing gets easy? My hands are still shaking. Took me an hour after the shooting to stop shaking. I'm thinking about my mother's rosary. She gave it to me before I left. Blessed by Father Kowalski at St. Florian. I carry it in my jacket pocket. Haven't taken it out in weeks. Maybe I should. Eddie's asleep now. His turn. I'm on watch. 0200 hours. Still 3 hours until dawn. It's so cold. The water jacket on the gun might freeze. That's a problem. If the water freezes, the barrel can't cool properly. Gun could fail. I've been checking it every 15 minutes. Still liquid. Barely. More movement earlier. Heard voices in the distance. German voices. They're out there, testing our lines, probing for weak spots. Captain came by earlier. Captain Winters. Good officer. Been with us since Toccoa. He said that the situation is fluid. That's what officers say when things are bad, but they don't want to start a panic. Fluid means the Germans are pushing. Fluid means we don't know where all our own units are. Fluid means this little town might be the only thing standing between the Germans and wherever they're trying to go. I need to stay focused. Can't think about the dead German. Can't think about home. Just think about the gun, the position, the field of fire, Martinez, keeping Martinez alive, keeping myself alive. Dorothy, I'm sorry I haven't written in 3 days. I'll write when I can, when there's light and time and my hands aren't shaking. I love you. I'm gonna marry you when I get home. Gonna get a job at the plant with my old man. Gonna have kids and a house and we're gonna go to Tigers games in the summer. Just gotta get through this first. That German kid is still staring at the sky. I wonder if he had a girl back home. I wonder if she's waiting for a letter that's never gonna come. I need to stop thinking about this. Focus on the gun, on the mission, on staying alive. Entry 3, December 20th, 1944, afternoon, 2 o'clock, same foxhole. Schultz is gone. German artillery hit us at noon. Not much warning, just a whistle, then the world exploded. We got maybe 10 rounds. Big stuff. 88s. One landed 15 yards to our left. Shrapnel went everywhere. Dirt and snow and chunks of frozen earth raining down on us. Martinez and I were flat at the bottom of the hole. Couldn't do anything but press ourselves into the ground and pray. The concussion from the blast felt like getting punched in the chest, over and over. Then it stopped. Silence. Ears ringing so loud I couldn't hear Martinez shouting next to me. I looked up. Schultz's position. smoke rising from it. Something was wrong. We crawled out, ran over, found him at the bottom of his hole, curled up, blood all over his leg while shrapnel had torn through his calf, bone showing. He was crying, not screaming, just crying quiet, in shock. Martinez started first aid, sulfur powder, bandage. I ran to get a medic. Found Doc Rowe 3 positions over. He came back with me, looked at the leg, shook his head. Gotta get him to the aid station, Doc said. This is bad. Might lose the leg. We carried Schultz out of the line, him between us, arms over our shoulders. He kept apologizing. I'm sorry, Jimmy. I'm sorry. I let you guys down. I told him to shut up. Told him he did good. Told him he was going home. The aid station is in a church in town. When we got there, I couldn't believe what I saw. Wounded everywhere. On pews, on the floor, blood on the stone. Medics working fast. The smell. God, the smell. Blood and antiseptic and shit. Men mess themselves when they're hit bad. Doc handed Schultz off to another medic. We had to go back to our position. Couldn't stay. I squeezed Schultz's hand before we left. See you stateside, Benny. You're gonna be fine. He just nodded. His face was white. Lips blue. He knew. We both knew. Even if he lives, even if he keeps the leg, he's done. He's going home. He made it out. Part of me is glad for him. He's 19 years old. Brooklyn kid. Shouldn't even be here. Now he gets to go home. But another part of me is angry. We needed him. Now it's just Martinez and me. 2-man gun crew. That's not enough for sustained fire. We need an ammo bearer, someone to carry extra belts, someone to cover our backs while we're focused on the gun. Captain Winters says they'll assign us a replacement soon, but there aren't a lot of spare bodies right now. Everyone's stretched thin. The situation here is worse than I thought. On the way back from the aid station, I saw artillery limbers. They're rationing ammunition. 10 rounds per gun per day. That's nothing. That's starvation rations. And I heard officers talking. The roads are cut, all of them. We're surrounded. Every road in and out of Bastogne, the Germans control it. We're cut off. Nobody's saying the word yet, but that's what this is. We're encircled, surrounded. However many thousand of us in this little town, and God knows how many Germans outside, Martinez knows. When we got back to the hole, he looked at me. We're trapped, aren't we? I nodded. Didn't see the point in lying. How long you think we can hold? He asked. Long as we have to, I said. He crossed himself, started praying in Spanish. I don't speak Spanish, but I know the prayers. Hail Mary, Our Father. The same ones my mom taught me in Polish. I should pray too. Should get out that rosary. Should ask God to get us through this. But I keep thinking about that German kid in the snow. The one I killed. I keep wondering if he prayed before he died. If it helped. I don't know what I believe anymore. It's cold. So cold. I can't feel my toes. Haven't been able to feel them since yesterday. I'm afraid to take my boots off. Afraid of what I'll see. Trench foot. Frostbite. You lose toes to that. You lose feet. But if I don't take them off, if I don't dry my socks, it'll get worse. Catch-22. That's what the guys call it. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Martinez is checking the gun. Good man. Always taking care of the equipment. The barrel is clean. The action is smooth. The water jacket hasn't frozen yet. Small miracles. I can hear digging. Other guys deepening their holes. Artillery is only going to get worse. 88s are just the beginning. If the Germans have us surrounded, they'll bring up everything. 120 millimeters, 150 millimeters, Nebelwerfers. Those things scream when they fly. Screaming mimes, the guys call them. You hear that scream and you know you've got about 3 seconds to make peace with God. This is different than Normandy. In Normandy, we were moving. Attack, advance, take the objective, move on. You didn't have time to think, you just did. Here, we're static, defensive. We sit in a hole and wait for them to come to us. Wait for the artillery. Wait for the attack. Wait to die. The waiting is worse than the fighting. Dorothy, I wish I could tell you I'm not scared. I wish I could be the brave soldier in the movies, the one who cracks jokes and never shows fear. But I'm terrified. My stomach is in knots. My chest feels tight. Every sound makes me jump. I'm scared I'm gonna die in this frozen hole in Belgium and never see you again, never see my family again, never have the life we talked about. I'm scared Martinez is gonna die, and it'll be my fault because I'm the gunner. I'm responsible. I'm scared of a lot of things right now, but I can't show it. Can't let Martinez see. Can't let the squad see. Gotta keep it together. Gotta do the job. That's what they taught us at Toccoa. You do your job. You take care of your buddies. Everything else is just noise. So I'll do my job. I'll man this gun. I'll hold this position. And maybe, if God's listening, I'll make it home. Entry 4, December 21st, 1944, dawn, 6:30 in the morning, same position. It's official. We're surrounded. Captain Winters called the platoon together at 0600, briefed us on the situation. Didn't sugarcoat it. Germans broke through on a 50-mile front. Biggest offensive since D-Day. They called it the Bulge. Our whole line just bent backwards. Units scattered. Supply lines cut. Bastogne is completely encircled. Germans have tanks on all the roads. 26 Volksgrenadier Division to the north. Panzer Lehr to the west. 2nd Panzer somewhere to the east. We don't even know how many of them there are. Thousands. Tens of thousands maybe. And us? The whole 101st Airborne is here. Maybe 18,000 men. Maybe less. Nobody knows the exact count. Teams got separated in the rush up here. Captain said it straight. We're the only thing standing between the Germans and the Meuse River. If they take Bastogne, they can get their tanks to Antwerp, split the Allied line in half, maybe win the war. Win the war. Jesus Christ. He looked at each of us. We're not giving them this town. We hold. Period. No retreat. No surrender. We hold until 3rd Army relieves us. Someone asked how long that would take. When's Patton coming? Captain didn't answer that, just said, could be days, could be a week. Doesn't matter. We hold. Then he told us about ammunition rationing. Artillery gets 10 rounds a day. Small arms, fire only when you have a clear target. No suppressing fire unless you're being overrun. Machine guns, same deal. Conserve ammunition. Martinez and I looked at each other. We've got 1,500 rounds. Sounds like a lot, but in a sustained firefight, that's maybe 10 minutes of continuous fire. Less if they come at us in waves. After the briefing, guys were quiet, processing it. We all knew it was bad, but hearing it laid out like that, surrounded, outnumbered, low on ammo, no resupply. Some guys started making jokes. Gallows humor. That's how we cope. Well, at least we don't gotta worry about which way to shoot. Every direction works. All around defense, just like training, except real. Hey, we're airborne. We're supposed to be surrounded. That's our thing. The jokes help. A little. But then it gets quiet again, and you're alone with your thoughts, and the reality sinks in. We might die here. Not might. Probably will. 18,000 Americans against God knows how many Germans with tanks and artillery and air support. Once that weather clears, the Luftwaffe will be all over us. The only reason we're still alive is because the Germans haven't brought up all their heavy stuff yet. They're still moving units into position, still getting organized, but they will. Soon. Martinez was quiet after the briefing, went back to the hole, pulled out his rosary, started praying. I sat next to him, didn't pray, just sat. After a while he looked at me. Jimmy, you think we're getting out of this? I wanted to lie, wanted to tell him sure, of course. Patton will be here in 2 days, and we'll be drinking hot coffee and eating hot food, and this'll all be over. But I couldn't. Eddie's my friend. He deserves the truth. I don't know, Eddie. I honest to God don't know. He nodded. Yeah, me neither. We sat there for a minute, then he said, if I don't make it, you tell my mama I died brave. Tell her I wasn't scared. You tell Dorothy I love her, I said. Tell her I tried to get home. We shook hands, made the pact. Whoever survives tells the story for the one who doesn't. Then we got back to work, checked the gun, cleaned it again, counted ammunition, adjusted the tripod, did all the little tasks that keep you busy and keep your mind off the big picture. A runner came by an hour ago, fresh-faced kid, 17 maybe, looked terrified. Brought us a new ammo bearer, replacement for Schultz. His name is Johnny Reardon. Private first class, 18 years old, from Iowa, farm kid. This is his first combat. He shipped in as a replacement last month. Missed D-Day, missed Holland. This is his introduction to war. He's in the hole behind us now with the spare ammo. He looks like he might puke. Can't blame him. I puked before my first jump into Normandy. Puked all over my boots in the plane. I was terrified. Now look at me. 6 months later, sitting in a frozen hole in Belgium, surrounded by the German army, and I'm the veteran. I'm the experienced guy, 21 years old, and I'm ancient. Eddie's 23, the old man of the group. We're children playing at war, except the bullets are real and the bodies are real, and when you die, you don't get to respawn. I can hear artillery in the distance, boom, 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 steady rhythm, like a heartbeat, the German artillery finding its range, walking shells closer to town. It's gonna get worse before it gets better. Dorothy, I keep thinking about that night before I shipped out. September of 1942. We went to Belle Isle, sat by the water. You were wearing that blue dress, the one with the white flowers. We talked about the future, about getting married when I came home, about having kids. 3 or 4, you said. A house in Hamtramck, near your folks. Near my folks. Big Sunday dinners with both families. I could see it so clearly that night. Our whole life spread out in front of us. Now I'm not sure I'll ever see you again. I'm not giving up. Don't think that. I'm gonna fight. Gonna do everything I can to survive this. But I need you to know, in case I don't make it, I need you to know that I loved you, that you were the best thing that ever happened to me, that every good thing I ever did, I did it thinking about coming home to you. You made me want to be better, to be brave, to be the kind of man worthy of you. If I die here, I die knowing I was loved. That's more than a lot of guys can say. The sun's coming up now, gray light through the clouds. It's snowing, light flakes. Pretty if you ignore the dead Germans still frozen in the field. Another day in paradise. Entry 5. December 22nd, 1944, midday, 12:30, same foxhole. They asked us to surrender. We said nuts. It happened this morning, around 9 o'clock. Everything got quiet. No artillery, no shooting, nothing. Then we saw them, 4 Germans under a white flag, walking up the road toward town, bold as brass. Word spread fast. The Krauts want to talk. They handed over a message to our guys. Ultimatum from the German commander. Surrender the town or be annihilated. You have 2 hours to decide. We have superior forces. Resistance is futile. Surrender and your men will be treated well under the Geneva Convention. Refuse and will destroy you. Something like that. I didn't see the actual message, but that was the gist. The message went to General McAuliffe. He's commanding the 101st here. Good general. Tough. Fair. Story is, when they gave him the surrender demand, he read it and said one word. Nuts. Then they asked him what they should tell the Germans officially, and he said, tell them to go to hell, but be more polite about it. So the official reply was nuts. Just that. One word. When we heard about it, the whole line erupted. Guys cheering, laughing, passing the word. We told them nuts. General said nuts. It was perfect. Not no, not we refuse, just nuts. American as apple pie. Like telling the Germans they're crazy if they think we're surrendering. For about 10 minutes, morale was sky high. Guys were joking, making up new slogans. Nuts to you, Hitler! The battling bastards of Bastogne. We're nuts and we're not leaving. Martinez was grinning. Only Americans would tell the German army to go nuts. Even Reardon cracked a smile. First time I'd seen the kid not look terrified, but then reality set in. We just told the Germans no. We just refused their surrender ultimatum, which means they're going to make good on their threat. They're going to try to annihilate us, and they've got the guns to do it. The artillery started up again around 1100 hours, heavier than before. Sustained bombardment. They're not probing anymore. They're serious. Shells landing all over the perimeter. 88s. 120 millimeter. The ground shaking with each impact. Trees exploding into splinters. The air full of smoke and the smell of cordite. Martinez and I are at the bottom of the hole. Can't do anything but wait. Count the seconds between impacts. Try to guess where the next one will land. Will it be close? Will it be on us? That's the worst part of artillery. The randomness. You can't shoot back, you can't run, you can't do anything. Just sit there and hope the next shell has somebody else's name on it. Reardon is losing it. I can hear him crying in his hole. Can't blame him. He's 18. This is his first time under sustained fire. Nobody prepares you for this. Not really. Training can't replicate the feeling of the earth trying to swallow you whole. Then, at 11:45, the artillery stopped. Silence. Martinez looked at me. Here they come. He was right. The Germans came out of the tree line. Infantry. Lots of them. Gray uniforms against white snow, moving in a line, disciplined, professional. I got on the gun. Martinez fed the belt, safety off, range 150 yards, 140, 130. Wait for it, I told Martinez. Let them get close. Other guns opened up to our left and right, the whole perimeter erupting. M1s firing, Browning automatic rifles, machine guns, everything we had. The Germans went to ground, started firing back, bullets snapping over our heads, smacking into the frozen dirt in front of our position, 100 yards. Now, I opened fire. The 30 cal came alive, bucking, roaring, traces reaching out. I walked the fire across the German line, saw men go down, saw them scatter, kept firing. Martinez was feeding smoothly, belt after belt. The gun-eating ammunition, shell casings piling up in the hole around our feet. My shoulder was against the stock, eye on the sight. Traverse left, traverse right, find a target, fire, find another, fire. The barrel was heating up. I could feel it through the metal. The water jacket was boiling, steam rising in the cold air. Keep firing, keep them down, don't let them advance. Germans were falling, but more kept coming. Second wave, third wave. They weren't stopping. My ears were ringing. The sound of the gun at close range, it's deafening. Martinez was shouting something, but I couldn't hear him over the gun. Then the barrel started to glow, dull red, visible even in daylight. Shit. Too hot. If I keep firing, the barrel could warp, could fail. But if I stop firing, the Germans advance. And if they advance, we die. I kept firing. 200 rounds, 300, 400. The gun was shaking now. The water in the jacket boiling off, steam everywhere. Martinez grabbed my shoulder, shouted in my ear, "Barrel's gonna go." "I know," I shouted back. 500 rounds. The gun was glowing brighter, bright red now, cherry red. The Germans were falling back, finally, retreating into the trees, dragging their wounded. I released the trigger. The gun went silent. My hands were shaking. My whole body was shaking. Adrenaline dumping into my system, heart hammering. Martinez was already pulling a canteen, poured water over his hands, then carefully started pouring it on the barrel. It hissed and steamed, cooling it down slow so it wouldn't crack. We sat there, breathing hard, not talking. Reardon climbed into our hole. His face was white, eyes wide. "Is it over?" he asked. "For now," Martinez said. "Did we win?" I looked at him. This kid, farm boy from Iowa, 18 years old. "We held," I said. "That's all that matters." "We held." He nodded. Tried to smile. Failed. I checked the ammunition. We'd fired 700 rounds. Almost half our supply. Gone in maybe 10 minutes. If they come again tonight, we're in trouble. The German bodies are out there in the snow now. 20 of them, maybe 30. Hard to count. We did that. Me and Martinez. We killed 30 men in 10 minutes. I should feel something. Pride, satisfaction. We stopped the attack, but I just feel tired and sick and scared of the next time, because there will be a next time and a time after that, until we run out of ammunition or they overwhelm us or Patton gets here, whichever comes first. My hands won't stop shaking. I keep trying to make them stop, but they won't. Martinez gave me a cigarette. I don't usually smoke, but I took it, lit it, inhaled, coughed, tried again. It helped. A little. Reardon asked if he did okay, if he helped. "You did great, Johnny," I told him. "You kept your head. That's what matters." He looked like he wanted to cry, but he didn't, just nodded, climbed back to his hole. "Good kid. Hope he makes it." "Dorothy, I'm sorry if this isn't the letter you wanted. I'm sorry I can't write about happy things. about coming home, about our future. Right now, I can barely see past the next hour, the next attack, the next artillery barrage. But I'm still here, still alive, still fighting. That's gotta count for something. Entry 6, December 23rd, 1944, morning, 9 o'clock, same position. I'm gonna be a father. The weather cleared this morning, first time in days. Blue sky, sunshine, cold but clear. And then we heard them. Engines, lots of them. Coming from the west, planes, C-47s, transports, flying in formation, beautiful. Most beautiful thing I've ever seen. The whole perimeter erupted. Guys cheering, shouting, waving, some guys crying, air resupply. They're dropping supplies. The Pathfinders had marked the drop zones with colored panels. The planes came in low, maybe 400 feet. And then the sky filled with parachutes. Red, blue, yellow, orange. Hundreds of them, bundles swinging underneath. It was like Christmas morning, like snow in reverse. Parachutes drifting down, guys were running out into the fields, scrambling for the bundles, ignoring the danger. Germans could have picked us off easy, but they didn't. Maybe they were too stunned. Maybe they were dealing with their own problems. I couldn't leave the gun. But Martinez ran out, came back dragging 2 bundles, big canvas containers. First one was ammunition, belts of 30 cal. Boxes of it. We loaded it into the ammo cans, restocked completely. 1,500 rounds again, plus extra. Thank God for the Air Corps. Thank God for those pilots. Second bundle had food. K rations, canned ham, crackers, chocolate bars, and cigarettes. Cartons of cigarettes. Better than gold. Martinez was grinning. Santa Claus came early. Reardon ran over with another bundle. This one had medical supplies, bandages, sulfa powder, morphine syrettes. But there was something else in his bundle. Mail. Actual mail. Letters from home. They'd been sitting somewhere for weeks. Now they finally caught up with us. Martinez got 3 letters. 2 from his mother, 1 from his sister. Reardon got 1 from his mother. I got 1 letter. Return address, Detroit, Michigan. Dorothy's handwriting. My hands were shaking when I opened it. Worse than during the attack yesterday. The letter was dated November 15th, over a month old. But I didn't care. My dearest Jimmy, it started. I'm not going to write the whole thing here. Some things are private, between me and her. But there was one part, one paragraph. Jimmy, I have news. I wasn't sure when to tell you. I've been scared, but I can't keep it secret anymore. I'm pregnant. We're going to have a baby. It must have been from your leave in May, before D-Day. I didn't know for sure until October. I went to Dr. Kaminsky, and he confirmed it. I'm due in March, early March, he thinks. I read it 3 times, then a 4th time, then I just sat there staring at the paper. Pregnant. Dorothy's pregnant. We're having a baby. I'm going to be a father. Martinez saw my face. What's wrong? Bad news? I looked at him, started laughing. Couldn't help it. Just started laughing. I'm going to be a dad, Eddie. I'm going to have a kid. His face lit up. No shit? For real? March. She's due in March. He grabbed me, hugged me, pounded my back. Congratulations, brother. That's amazing. That's wonderful. Then he started crying. I don't know why, but tears were streaming down his face. And then I was crying too. 2 grown men sitting in a frozen foxhole in Belgium, crying and hugging and laughing. Reardon came over. What's happening? What's wrong? Nothing's wrong, Martinez said. Jimmy's going to be a father. Reardon's face broke into a huge smile. Kid's got a good smile when he uses it. Really? Congratulations. We shared the chocolate bars from the supply drop. Passed around the good news. Other guys came by to congratulate me. Guys I barely know. But we're all brothers here. One guy's good news is everybody's good news. Captain Winters came by, shook my hand. Congratulations, Kowalski. What are you hoping for? Boy or girl? Don't care, sir. Just healthy. Just want them both healthy. Good answer, he said. Now you got one more reason to keep your head down and stay alive. Like I needed another reason. But he's right. Everything's different now. I'm not just fighting for me. Not just for Martinez or the squad or the mission. I'm fighting to meet my son. Or daughter. to hold them, to be their father. Dorothy wrote more in the letter. She's scared. Her mother is helping her. My mother is helping her. Both families are supporting her, but she's scared I won't come home. Scared she'll have to raise this baby alone. Please come home, Jimmy, she wrote. I need you. This baby needs you. We're waiting for you. However long it takes, I'll wait. We'll wait. I read that part over and over until the paper started to get soft from my hands. I have to survive this. Have to. March. That's 3 months away. Maybe less. By the time this baby is born, the war could be over. Germany could surrender. I could be on a ship home. Or I could be dead in a frozen hole in Belgium. No. Can't think like that. Can't afford to. I'm getting out of this. I'm surviving. I'm going home. I'm meeting my kid. Martinez is reading his letters now. His mother sent him a drawing his little sister made. Stick figures. The family. His mother's keeping it together, but you can read between the lines. She's worried sick. He folded the letters carefully, put them in his jacket pocket, close to his heart. She's praying for me, he said quietly, every day. She lights candles at church, says the rosary. She thinks prayer will keep me safe. Maybe it will, I said. He looked at me. You think God's listening in all this? I didn't know how to answer that. If God's listening, why is this happening? Why are we here? Why do 19-year-old kids die in the snow? But I thought about Dorothy, about the baby, about the supply drop that came exactly when we needed it. Yeah, I said. I think he's listening. Martinez nodded, seemed satisfied with that. The artillery hasn't started up again yet. Germans are probably as surprised as we are by the resupply. Maybe they're rethinking their strategy, or maybe they're just regrouping, loading up for another assault. Either way, we've got ammunition now, we've got food, we've got supplies, and I've got a reason to live. Dorothy, if you're reading this somehow, if something happens to me and someone sends this diary home, I want you to know. Finding out about the baby, that was the best moment of my life. Better than anything. In the middle of this hell, surrounded by death and cold and fear, you gave me hope. You gave me life. I'm going to meet our kid, Dorothy. I promise. I'm going to hold them. Going to teach them to play baseball. Going to take them to Belle Isle on Sundays. Going to give them everything I never had. Just got to get through this first. 3 months. Just 3 more months and everything changes. I can do 3 months. I have to. Entry 7. December 24th, 1944, Christmas Eve. 11 o'clock at night. Same foxhole. Martinez is dead. I'm sitting next to his body. I can't move. I can't leave him here. It happened at dusk, maybe 6 o'clock. The light was fading, gray twilight. We were watching the tree line. Always watching. Reardon was in his hole. Everything quiet. Then the artillery started. Not a barrage, just harassment fire. Random shells, keeping us on edge. We got down in the hole. Waited it out. Par for the course. Artillery stopped. We got up, checked the gun, made sure nothing was damaged. Martinez was reloading. Putting a fresh belt in, he was talking. Something about his sister's letter, about how she wanted a new doll for Christmas. I'm going to get her the biggest doll in San Antonio when I get home, he said. One of those fancy ones with the dress and everything. He was smiling. Eddie had a good smile. Then I heard it. That sound, high-pitched whistle, different from artillery, sharper. Down! I yelled. I dove. Martinez was slower. The belt was in his hands. He was halfway down. The round hit the tree behind our position. 20 feet away. Sniper round. Maybe. Or maybe just a lucky shot from a rifle in the trees. Doesn't matter. The bullet found him. It hit him in the neck, just above the collar. I heard it. The wet thwack of metal hitting flesh. He dropped, just dropped. I grabbed him, pulled him into the hole. His neck. Oh God, his neck. Blood everywhere, pumping out with each heartbeat. Bright red, arterial. I put my hand on it, tried to stop the bleeding, but there was so much blood. It was running through my fingers. Warm, sticky. Medic! I was screaming. Medic! Medic! Martinez was looking at me, his eyes wide, trying to say something, but his mouth just opened and closed. No sound, just a gurgling wheeze. The blood kept coming. My hand was slipping. I pressed harder, felt his pulse under my palm, felt it slowing. Don't you die on me, Eddie. Don't you fucking die. Reardon was there, pulling out his first aid kit, but he just froze, staring. Help me, I screamed at him. Do something. But there was nothing to do. We both knew it. You can't stop a neck wound. Not like this. Not with just bandages and sulfur powder. Martinez reached up, grabbed my jacket, pulled me close. His lips moved. I put my ear to his mouth, could barely hear him, just a whisper, wet, rattling. Tell my mama, he said. Tell her I wasn't scared. Tell her. That's all. He didn't finish. His eyes went unfocused. The blood stopped pumping. His hand let go of my jacket. He was gone. Just like that. 1 second a person, the next second nothing. Eddie? I shook him. Eddie, come on. Stay with me. Eddie. But he was gone. I don't know how long I sat there, holding him, his blood all over me, my hands, my jacket, everywhere. Doc Rowe came, checked for a pulse, shook his head. He's gone, Jimmy. I'm sorry. I couldn't let go, couldn't make my hands release him. Jimmy. Doc's voice was gentle. You gotta let him go. We'll take care of him, but you gotta get back on the gun. There might be more coming. Eventually they pulled me away, took Martinez, carried him out. I watched them go, watched Eddie's boots dragging in the snow, leaving a trail. That was 5 hours ago. I'm still covered in his blood. It's dried now, brown, crusty. Under my fingernails, in the creases of my hands, I tried to wash it off with snow, but it just smeared, made it worse. So I gave up, let it dry, let it stay. Reardon is manning the gun now. Kid's terrified, but he's doing it. Because somebody has to. I'm sitting here, writing this, don't know why, don't know what else to do. Martinez was 23 years old, from San Antonio, Texas, loved his mother, loved his sister, wanted to buy her a doll, had a girlfriend back home named Rosa, was going to marry her after the war. Now he's in a pile of frozen bodies behind the church, waiting for graves registration, waiting to be shipped home in a box, if they can even do that, if we even survive to do that. It's Christmas Eve. Did I mention that? It's Christmas Eve. Back home, people are going to midnight mass, singing carols, opening presents, eating ham, drinking too much, being with family. Here, we're sitting in frozen holes, surrounded by Germans, low on ammunition, watching our friends die. Merry Christmas. I keep replaying it in my head, over and over. If I had been faster, if I had pulled him down, if I had seen the shooter, if. But it doesn't matter. He's dead. All the ifs in the world won't bring him back. I should be crying, should be breaking down, but I can't. The tears won't come. I just feel empty, hollow, like someone scooped out my insides and left nothing but a shell. Reardon tried to talk to me earlier. It's not your fault, Jimmy. You know that, right? You couldn't have stopped it. I didn't answer, because maybe I could have. Maybe if I'd been more alert, more careful, maybe. He gave up, went back to the gun. I can hear singing, German singing. They're singing Christmas carols across no man's land. Stille Nacht, silent night. The same song we sing at St. Florian every Christmas. The same song my mother sang to me as a kid. The Germans are singing it. In German. Beautiful harmonies, drifting across the snow. And all I can think is that one of them killed Eddie. One of those voices singing about holy night and peaceful night just killed my best friend. I hate them. God, I hate them. I want to get on that gun and fire until the barrel melts. Fire until they all stop singing, stop breathing, stop existing. But I can't, because that won't bring Eddie back. That won't fix anything. So I just sit here, listening to them sing, hating them, hating this war, hating God for letting this happen. Why Eddie? Why not me? I'm the gunner. I'm the one exposed. Why did the bullet find him? Why do I get to live? Why do I get to go home to Dorothy and the baby? Why do I get a future? It's not fair. None of this is fair. Eddie was a good man, better than me. He prayed every day, went to mass, loved his family, never complained, always there when you needed him. And now he's dead on Christmas Eve. If there's a God, he's got a sick sense of humor. Dorothy, I don't know what to believe anymore. I don't know if prayer works. I don't know if any of this means anything. All I know is Eddie's dead, and I'm alive, and I don't know how to live with that. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. This isn't the letter you want. This isn't what I should be writing. But I can't write pretty lies right now. I can't pretend everything's okay. My best friend died in my arms tonight, on Christmas Eve, and I couldn't save him. That's the truth. That's all I've got. The singing stopped. The Germans stopped singing. Everything's quiet now. Tomorrow is Christmas. Tomorrow I have to get back on the gun. Tomorrow I have to keep fighting. But tonight I'm just going to sit here with Eddie's blood on my hands and try to figure out how to keep going. Entry 8, December 25th, 1944, Christmas morning, 8 o'clock. Same position. There was a ceasefire this morning, unofficial, unspoken, but both sides honored it. For 3 hours nobody shot, nobody died. We used the time to collect our dead. Captain gave the word at 0600. Both sides are recovering casualties. Do not fire unless fired upon. We have a chance to bring our boys in. They were scattered all over. German bodies in front of our positions. American bodies where attacks had been pushed back. All of them frozen solid. Now, the cold preserves them, makes them look almost alive, almost sleeping. I volunteered for recovery duty, needed to do something. Couldn't just sit in the hole. We moved out in teams, 4 men per team, no weapons. Well, sidearms only, just in case the Germans broke the truce. But they didn't. I could see them, German soldiers moving through the same fields, recovering their own dead. We ignored each other. They did their job. We did ours. It was surreal. Nightmarish. The snow is red in places, pink in others. Bodies half buried in drifts. Some of them torn apart by artillery. Others just lying there, peaceful-like, as if they fell asleep and forgot to wake up. We found Martinez near the church. They'd laid him out with the others. 20 bodies in a row, all of them from the 506th. All of them killed in the last 3 days. I helped carry him to the temporary cemetery. Behind the seminary, they dug graves, shallow ones. The ground is too frozen for deep graves, but something, better than leaving them above ground. Father O'Malley, the chaplain, was saying prayers over each one. Quick prayers. Couldn't do full rites. Too many bodies. Too little time. When they laid Eddie in his grave, I stood there, looked at his face. The medics had cleaned him up, closed his eyes, covered the neck wound with bandages. He looked peaceful. I broke down, right there, in front of everyone, just collapsed, knees in the snow, sobbing. Can't remember the last time I cried like that, not since I was a kid, but it came pouring out, all the fear, all the grief, all the rage, everything I'd been holding in. Someone put a hand on my shoulder, Reardon. Kid didn't say anything, just stood there with me. After a while I got control of myself, stood up, wiped my face with my sleeve. "I'm sorry, Eddie," I whispered. "I'm so sorry." Then we moved on. More bodies to collect, more graves to fill. During one of the trips I saw him, a German, machine gunner, like me. He was carrying a body. Another German, maybe his assistant gunner, maybe his Eddie. Our eyes met across 30 yards of snow. We both stopped, looked at each other. He was young, maybe my age, unshaven, hollow-eyed, exhausted. He looked exactly like I feel. For a moment we just stood there, 2 machine gunners, 2 men who've killed each other's friends, 2 men who might kill each other tomorrow. But in that moment we weren't enemies. We were just tired, broken, trying to survive. He nodded at me, just a small nod, acknowledgement. I nodded back. Then we went back to work. Him carrying his dead, me carrying mine. The ceasefire ended at 1100 hours. Someone fired a shot, don't know who, German or American, doesn't matter. The spell was broken. And just like that, we were enemies again. I'm back in the foxhole now. Reardon is on the gun. I'm supposed to be resting, but I can't sleep. Can't stop seeing Eddie's face. Can't stop thinking about that German machine gunner. He's probably in his own foxhole right now, thinking about his friend, wondering how much longer this can go on. Maybe he's got a girl back home too. Maybe she's pregnant. Maybe he's just trying to survive long enough to meet his kid. We're not that different, him and me. We both kill because we're told to, because it's our job, because if we don't, we die. But we're still human. We still bleed, still mourn, still hope. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. My head is all mixed up. It's Christmas. Back home, my family is probably at St. Florian right now. High Mass. Father Kowalski preaching about peace on earth. about goodwill toward men. What a joke. There's no peace here, no goodwill, just death and cold and misery. They gave us Christmas dinner, canned corned beef hash, heated up over a fire, first hot food in days. Should have tasted good, should have been grateful, but it tasted like ashes in my mouth. Couldn't eat much, gave most of mine to Reardon. The kid's doing better, more confident. He's been on the gun for 24 hours now. My gun, Eddie's gun, our gun. He's a decent gunner. Not as smooth as Eddie. Nobody's as smooth as Eddie, but he's learning fast. War has a way of aging you quick. Yesterday, Reardon was a scared kid from Iowa. Today, he's a machine gunner. Tomorrow, who knows? Maybe he'll be dead like Eddie. Maybe I'll be dead. Maybe we'll both be dead. You can't think about tomorrow here. Can't plan. Can't hope. Just focus on the next hour, the next minute. Survive to sunset, then survive to dawn, then do it again. That's all there is. Dorothy, I'm sorry. I'm sorry this is what I'm writing on Christmas. You should be getting a letter full of love and joy and excitement about the baby. Instead, you're getting this, if you're getting anything at all. I don't know if I'm the same person who left Detroit. I don't know if the man who comes home will be the man you said goodbye to. War changes you, kills something inside you. Even if your body survives, part of you dies. I can feel it happening, the hardening, the numbness. I killed 30 Germans a few days ago and barely felt anything. Eddie died and I can't even cry anymore. The tears are gone, all dried up. What kind of man does that make me? What kind of father? I'm scared, Dorothy, not of dying, not anymore. I'm scared of what I'm becoming. I'm scared I'll come home and you won't recognize me, that I'll look in your eyes and see a stranger looking back. But I have to believe there's still something good left in me, something worth saving. I have to believe that when I hold our baby, I'll feel something, love, joy, something. I have to believe there's a life after this, a world beyond these frozen holes and dead friends and killing. I have to believe it, because if I don't, what's the point? The sun is setting. Another day survived, Eddie's first day dead, my first day without him. How many more days until this is over? How many more friends will I bury? I don't have answers. I just have questions. And cold. And blood on my hands that won't wash off no matter how hard I try. Merry Christmas from Belgium. Entry 9. December 25th, 1944, Christmas night. 10 o'clock. Same foxhole. Artillery again, just when I thought Christmas might be peaceful. Started at 1900 hours. Tree bursts. The worst kind. See, normal artillery hits the ground and explodes. You can take cover in a foxhole and usually you're okay. The shrapnel goes up and out, but tree bursts. They set the fuse to detonate when the shell hits the trees, 30, 40 feet up. The explosion rains down shrapnel, covers a huge area. Foxholes don't help much. It's like being in a rainstorm, except instead of water, it's jagged metal coming down at 1,000 feet per second. The sound is different too. First you hear the whistle of the shell coming in, then a sharp crack as it hits the tree, then the explosion, then wood and metal and pine needles all coming down like hail. We lost 3 guys tonight. Foxhole 20 yards to our left. Direct hit on the tree above them. They didn't have a chance. One of them was screaming. High-pitched. Awful. Like an animal caught in a trap. Doc Rowe ran over, tried to help, but there wasn't much he could do. The kid died while Doc was working on him. Just bled out. 17 years old. Replacement who'd been here less than a week. Don't even remember his name. The other 2 died instantly. Shrapnel to the head. Quick deaths. If you're gonna die, that's the way to do it. Fast. No time to think. Reardon lost it during the barrage. Started hyperventilating. Panicking. Saying he couldn't do this. Saying he wanted to go home. Wanted his mother. I slapped him. Hard. Across the face. He looked at me. Shocked. Hurt. Pull yourself together, I said. You panic. You die. You understand? You die. He nodded. Tears streaming down his face. But he stopped hyperventilating. Got control. I'm scared, Jimmy, he said. I'm so scared. I know. We all are. But you can't let it control you. How do you do it? How do you stay calm? I didn't have a good answer for that. Because I'm not calm. I'm terrified every second. My hands shake when nobody's looking. My stomach is in knots. I can't sleep without seeing Eddie's face, but I can't show it. Can't let Reardon see. He needs me to be strong, needs me to be the veteran, the experienced guy. So I lied. You just do, I said. You focus on your job, on the gun, on staying alive. You don't think about anything else. He seemed to accept that, wiped his face, took a deep breath. Tell me about Eddie, he said. Tell me what he was like. So I did. Told him about Martinez, about how we met at Tocoa, how Eddie was the best assistant gunner in the regiment, how he never complained, how he always had your back. Told him about Eddie's sense of humor, how he'd crack jokes in the middle of a firefight, how he'd make you laugh when you wanted to cry. Told him about Eddie's faith, how he prayed every morning, how he believed God was watching over us, how even when things were bad, he never lost hope. Told him about Eddie's family, his mother, his little sister, his girlfriend Rosa, how he talked about them all the time, how he was going to marry Rosa and buy his sister that big fancy doll. Reardon listened, didn't interrupt, just listened. When I finished, he was quiet for a minute. Then he said, I'm sorry I never got to know him better. Yeah, me too. Wish you'd had more time with him. He sounds like a good man. The best. We sat there in the hole, not talking, just being. The artillery had stopped, everything quiet except for the wind in the trees, the occasional crack of a branch breaking under ice. After a while, Reardon said, Jimmy, can I ask you something? Sure. Do you think we're getting out of this? Honest question, deserved an honest answer. I don't know, Johnny. I really don't. But you think there's a chance? I thought about Dorothy, about the baby, about the life I want to have. Yeah, I said. There's a chance. Patton's coming. Third Army. They'll break through. Just gotta hold until they get here. How long you think that'll be? Few days, maybe a week. Can we last a week? We don't have a choice. He nodded, processing that. Then he pulled something out of his pocket. A photograph. Showed it to me. A farm. White house. Red barn. Fields stretching to the horizon. In front of the house, a family. Mother, father, 3 kids. Reardon was one of the kids. Maybe 12 years old in the photo. Gap-toothed smile. That's home, he said. Iowa, my folks' farm, 500 acres. Corn and soybeans mostly. I was supposed to take it over someday. 3rd generation. Looks nice, I said. It is. Peaceful, quiet. You can hear yourself think out there. Not like here. You'll get back there, Johnny. You'll see it again. You think so? I know so. Another lie, but a good one. Sometimes lies are kinder than truth. He put the photo away, carefully, like it was the most precious thing in the world. Maybe it was. Thanks, Jimmy, he said, for talking, for keeping me from losing it. That's what we do. We take care of each other. He climbed back to his position, left me alone with my thoughts. I keep thinking about that German machine gunner from this morning, the one who nodded at me. Wonder if he's still alive. Wonder if he's having the same conversation with his assistant gunner, telling him to stay calm, to focus on the job. Wonder if he's scared too. Of course he is. Only crazy people aren't scared in war, and the crazy ones die first because they take stupid risks. The smart ones, the survivors, we're all terrified. We just hide it better. Dorothy, I wish I could hold you right now. Wish I could feel your arms around me. Feel safe. Feel human. It's been so long since I felt safe. Since D-Day, really. 6 months of constant danger. Constant fear. Your mind gets used to it, adapts, but it takes a toll. I'm not sleeping. Right. When I do sleep, I have nightmares. Wake up in a panic, reaching for the gun, heart racing. I jump at every sound, can't relax, can't let my guard down. This isn't living, it's surviving. There's a difference. But I keep going, keep fighting. Because of you, because of the baby, because I have to. Eddie didn't get a choice. He's gone. But I'm still here. And as long as I'm here, I'm gonna fight. Gonna do everything I can to see you again. That's my promise. To you, to Eddie, to myself. I'm coming home, Dorothy. However long it takes. Whatever I have to do, I'm coming home. Entry 10, December 26, 1944, dawn, 5:30 in the morning. Same position. They came hard just before dawn. Biggest attack yet. We heard them forming up in the dark. Voices. Equipment rattling. Vehicles moving. They weren't even trying to be quiet. At 0500, their artillery opened up. Sustained barrage. Everything they had. 88s. 120 millimeters. Nebelwerfers. The screaming mimes. The world disappeared in smoke and fire and noise. Shells landing everywhere. The ground shaking, trees exploding, dirt raining down. Reardon and I were pressed flat at the bottom of the hole. Can't describe what it's like. The pure terror of artillery, the helplessness, the certainty that the next shell has your name on it. My ears were bleeding. The concussion from the blast, it does something to your head, makes your nose bleed, makes your ears ring, makes you feel like your brain is rattling around in your skull. Then the artillery stopped. Silence, except for the ringing in my ears. Here they come, I said. Got on the gun. Reardon fed the belt. Checked the sight picture. Waited. They came out of the trees like ghosts. Gray uniforms against gray dawn. More than I'd ever seen. Company strength. Maybe battalion. Hundreds of them. Our whole line opened up. Machine guns, rifles, BRs, everything. I started firing, traversing, finding targets, dropping them. They kept coming, kept advancing, didn't stop for their dead, just stepped over them and kept coming. 100 yards, 90, 80. I was burning through ammunition, belt after belt, the gun eating rounds, the barrel heating up. 70 yards, 60. They were firing back. Bullets snapping over our heads, smacking into the frozen dirt of our foxhole rim. 50 yards. The gun jammed. Bolt stuck. Wooden cycle. Feed mechanism frozen. Shit! I pulled the charging handle. Nothing. Tried again. Nothing. Germans 40 yards out now. Still coming. What do we do? Reardon was panicking. I abandoned the gun, grabbed my M1, started firing. Semi-auto. 8-round clips. Ping. Reload. Fire. Ping. Reload. 30 yards. Reardon was firing his carbine. Short bursts. 20 yards. I saw him. German soldier, right in front of me. Maybe 19 years old. Blonde hair. Blue eyes. He was screaming. Bayonet fixed. Running straight at our hole. I fired. Click. Empty. Dropped the rifle. No. Time to reload. He was 10 feet away. Bayonet raised. Coming down. I grabbed the entrenching tool. The little folding shovel we dig with. He jumped into the hole. We collided. Fell down together in a tangle of limbs. The bayonet got me. Slashed across my shoulder. Shallow cut. Burned like fire. I swung the shovel. Edge first. Hit him in the side of the head. Hard. He went down. Stunned. I hit him again. And again. And again. The sound. God, the sound. Metal hitting skull. Cracking. Wet. Terrible. He stopped moving. Blood everywhere. On him. On me. On the shovel. I dropped the tool. Stared at what I'd done. A gunshot right next to me. My ears went dead. Reardon had shot a German. Another one. Right behind the first. The German fell backwards. Half in the hole, half out. Thanks, I gasped. He just nodded. White-faced. Shaking. I looked around. The attack was faltering. Germans falling back. Our fire was too heavy. They couldn't advance. Slowly the shooting died down. The Germans retreated. Back to the trees, leaving their dead. The German I'd killed was at the bottom of our hole, face down in 2 inches of muddy snow, blood pooling around his head. I'd beaten his skull in with a shovel. Like a farm animal, like nothing. I threw up, right there in the hole. Couldn't help it. Just bent over and puked. Reardon was staring at the dead German, then at me, then at his hands, his rifle. I killed him, he said quietly. I killed that man. You saved me, I said. If you hadn't shot him, I'd be dead. I killed him. Yeah, you did, and I'm alive because of it. Thank you. He started crying. 19 years old, farm kid from Iowa, first man he ever killed. I put my hand on his shoulder. It's okay, Johnny. You did what you had to do. It doesn't feel okay. I know, but it is. You're a soldier. This is war. We kill or we die. Not sure he believed me. Not sure I believed me. But we got through it. The attack failed. We held. Medic came by later. Checked my shoulder. The bayonet cut was shallow. Cleaned it. Bandaged it. Said I was lucky. Lucky. Right. The German in our hole. We had to move him. Couldn't leave a body decomposing in our fighting position. 2 guys from 2nd Squad helped us. Dragged him out. Threw him on the pile with the others. I saw his face as they dragged him away. Young. Maybe younger than Reardon. Could have been a student. Could have been anything. Now he's dead. And I killed him. Not with a bullet from distance. Not impersonal. Hand to hand. Close enough to see his eyes. Close enough to hear his breathing stop. There's a difference between killing with a gun and killing with your hands. One is mechanical, trained. The other is animal, primal. I keep seeing it. His face, the shovel coming down, the sound, the blood. I keep seeing it and I can't make it stop. Reardon and I haven't talked much since. What do you say? We killed 2 men this morning. Congratulations, you're a real soldier now. The gun is fixed. Took me an hour. The water in the jacket had frozen. That's what jammed it. I drained it, dried everything, refilled it with fresh water from our canteens, added some antifreeze from a Jeep. Should work now. Should. But I won't know until I fire it again. My shoulder hurts. The bandage is already soaking through, but it's not bad. I can still use the arm. Could have been worse. Could have been my neck. Like Eddie. Always could have been worse. Dorothy, I don't know how to live with what I did this morning. I don't know how to be the man you loved and also be the man who beat another man's head in with a shovel. Are they the same person? Can they be? I don't know. I honest to God don't know. But I'm still here, still alive, still fighting. Reardon saved my life today. 18-year-old kid who was crying in his foxhole 3 days ago. He saved my life. And I saved his. Sort of. By being there, by teaching him, by keeping him calm. Maybe that's all we can do. Save each other, keep each other alive one more day, and hope that when this is over, there's still something human left inside us. Entry 11, December 26, 1944, afternoon, 4:45, same position, tanks. We heard them first. Engines, lots of them. Coming from the south. Everyone froze, listened. Tanks mean Germans, means we're about to get overrun. But then someone started yelling, "They're ours! They're ours! It's Third Army!" I looked. There they were, Shermans. American Shermans, rolling up the road into town, big white stars on their sides. Beautiful. The whole perimeter erupted. Guys cheering, jumping out of foxholes, running toward the tanks, some guys crying, some guys laughing like maniacs. Patton's 4th Armored Division. They'd broken through, made it to Bastogne. The siege was over. I sat in the hole and watched. Didn't cheer, didn't jump up, just sat there. Reardon was crying. Happy tears this time. "We made it, Jimmy. We fucking made it." I nodded. Yeah, we made it. The tankers were handing out stuff. Hot soup, coffee, cigarettes, real food. Guys were grabbing it like starving dogs. And we were starving. 8 days of K rations and cold hash. 8 days of death and cold and fear. Now it was over. The relief had arrived. Except it wasn't over. Not really. Because the fighting didn't stop. Germans were still attacking, still trying to cut the relief corridor. The battle was ongoing. We weren't rescued. We were reinforced. There's a difference. Around 1700 hours, German artillery started up again, hitting the relief column, trying to cut the road again, and our orders didn't change. Hold the perimeter. Keep the Germans out. Protect the town. Same mission. Just with more guys now. A supply truck came by. Dropped off ammunition, food, medical supplies, winter gear, stuff we'd needed for a week. Better late than never, I guess. Reardon and I restocked. Filled every ammo can. Got extra belts. Grabbed rations. Hot coffee in thermos bottles. The coffee was the best thing I'd ever tasted. Hot, real, not freeze-dried instant garbage, actual coffee. I sat there sipping it, feeling the warmth spread through my body. First time I'd been warm in days. Captain Winters came by, checked on us, counted heads, took stock of who was left. "You did good, Kowalski," he said. "You and Martinez held this position. You held the line." "Eddie's dead, sir," I said. "I know. I'm sorry. He was a good soldier, good man." "Yes, sir, he was. You've got a replacement coming. Private first class from Charlie Company. Lost his gunner. He'll be your new assistant." "I don't want a replacement, sir. I want Eddie." Winters looked at me, understanding in his eyes. "We all want things we can't have, son, but the mission comes first. You know that." "Yes, sir." He moved on, checking other positions, other survivors. The new guy showed up an hour later. Skinny kid, 20 years old maybe, scared eyes, shell-shocked look. "I'm Peters," he said. "Sir sent me." "I'm Kowalski. Call me Jimmy. That's Reardon. He's on ammo now." "You know the M1919? I was on a 30 cal in Charlie Company, but ours took a direct hit yesterday, blown to pieces. Gunner died." "Sorry." He shrugged. "War." We sat in the hole. Awkward silence. New guy trying to fit in. Me and Reardon mourning Eddie. Peters tried to make conversation. "They say we held 8 days. That true?" "Yeah." "They say it's the biggest battle of the war." "Maybe." "They say we're heroes." I looked at him. "Heroes? We're not heroes. We're just guys who didn't die yet." That shut him up. Good. Don't get me wrong. Peters seems okay. Not his fault Eddie died. Not his fault he's here. But he's not Eddie. He doesn't know me. Doesn't know the gun. Doesn't know how we work. Eddie and I, we were a machine. We didn't need to talk. We just knew. Knew what the other was thinking. Knew what to do. Now I gotta train someone new. Build that connection again. If we live long enough. The temperature dropped after sunset. Colder than before. If that's even possible. My feet are numb. Have been for days. I'm afraid of what I'll find when I finally take my boots off. But I can't take them off. Because if I do, I might not get them back on. Feet swell. Boots won't fit. Then you're stuck. So I suffer. We all suffer. Frozen feet, frozen hands, frozen everything. This is what the history books won't tell you. They'll talk about the battle, the strategy, the heroism. They won't talk about the cold, the misery, the trench foot and frostbite, the dysentery, the lice. They won't talk about sitting in your own piss because you can't leave the hole, about shitting in your helmet and tossing it out, about not washing for a week, about the smell. They won't talk about the fear, the constant grinding fear, the terror every time you hear a whistle, the panic when you see movement, the nightmares when you finally sleep. They'll make it clean, noble, heroic. But it's not. It's dirty and brutal and miserable. And the only thing that keeps you going is the guy next to you, the man in your hole, the friend who's going through the same hell. And now Eddie's gone, and I've got a stranger in his place. The relief brought mail, more letters from home. I got 2. One from Dorothy, dated December 5th. She's doing well. Baby's growing. She's excited and terrified. Normal pregnancy stuff. One from my mother. She's praying for me, lighting candles, going to mass every day, asking God to keep me safe. I wish I had her faith. Wish I believed prayer worked. But I've seen too much. Too many good men die. Too many prayers go unanswered. If God's up there, he's not paying attention, or he doesn't care, or he's not there at all. I don't know anymore. What I do know is we're still here, still fighting, still dying. The relief didn't end the battle, didn't end the war, just gave us a chance to catch our breath. And tomorrow, or the next day, or the day after that, the Germans will come again, and we'll fight again, and some of us will die again. That's the truth. That's reality. Welcome to Bastogne. Welcome to hell. Entry 12. December 27th, 1944, morning, 7 o'clock. Same position. I went to see Eddie's grave this morning. There's a temporary cemetery behind the seminary. Maybe 50 graves now. White crosses, dog tags hanging from them. Names written in grease pencil. Found Eddie's grave in the second row. The earth was mounded up. Fresh dirt. Well, fresh frozen dirt. His cross was simple. CPL Eduardo Martinez, 506 PIR, December 24th, 1944. That's all. No quote. No epitaph. Just his name and the date he died. I stood there for a long time, didn't know what to say. What do you say to a dead friend? Finally, I started talking. Felt stupid, but I did it anyway. Hey, Eddie, it's me, Jimmy. The wind blew, that's all. I'm sorry, brother. I'm so sorry. I should have been faster. Should have pulled you down. Should have done something. No answer. Just the wind and the distant sound of artillery. They gave me a replacement, kid named Peters. He's okay. But he's not you. I wiped my eyes. Didn't realize I was crying until the tears froze on my cheeks. I'm gonna write to your mother, Eddie. Gonna tell her you were brave. That you weren't scared. Like you made me promise. The lie hurt. But it was what he wanted. And I'm gonna get your sister that doll. When I get back to the States. Gonna buy the biggest, fanciest doll in Texas and send it to her. I promise. A sergeant walked by, looked at me, kept walking, gave me privacy. I don't know if you can hear me, Eddie. I don't know if there's anything after this. But if there is, if you're somewhere, I hope you're warm. I hope you're safe. I hope you're happy. I couldn't talk anymore. Throat too tight, chest too heavy. I knelt down, touched the cross. Cold wood under my hand. I'll see you again, brother. Someday, when this is all over, we'll have that beer we always talked about. Then I left. Had to. Couldn't stay anymore. On the way back to the line, I counted the graves in the cemetery, counted the names I recognized. 53 graves total. 19 from the 506. 8 from my company. 3 from my platoon. My company started with 140 men 8 days ago. Now we're down to 87 effective. 53 casualties. Killed, wounded, or missing. 38% losses. More than a third of the company gone. In 8 days. That's not sustainable. We can't keep bleeding like this. There aren't enough replacements. Aren't enough bodies to fill the holes. Every man lost makes us weaker, makes the remaining gaps bigger, makes it harder to hold. How much longer can we do this? I found Reardon back at the position. He was writing a letter. Looked up when I came back. You okay? He asked. Yeah. Went to see Martinez. He nodded. Understood. Peters was cleaning the gun. Methodical. Careful. Doing it right. Maybe he'll work out after all. Captain called another briefing at 1000 hours. Gathered what was left of the company. He didn't waste words. The siege is broken, but the battle's not over. Germans are trying to cut the relief corridor, trying to isolate us again. Our mission is the same. Hold the perimeter. Keep them out of Bastogne. Someone asked about moving out, going on offense. Captain shook his head. Not yet. We're still defending, still holding. For how long, sir? As long as it takes. That's becoming the motto around here. As long as it takes. After the briefing, guys were talking, comparing stories. Who saw what? Who did what? Who died? The mythology was already starting. The legend of Bastogne, the battling bastards, the battered bastards. A dozen nicknames already. Some guys were proud, talking about how they'd held against impossible odds, how they'd made history. Others were just tired, haunted, staring at nothing. I'm in the second group. I don't feel like a hero. I don't feel proud. I just feel exhausted, empty, hollowed out. I keep seeing faces. The young German in the snow from the first night, the one I beat to death with a shovel, Martinez. All the others. They're there when I close my eyes, there when I open them. Always there. I'm not sleeping anymore. Can't. When I try, the nightmares start. Eddie dying. The German coming at me with the bayonet, the sound of the shovel hitting skull, so I just stay awake. Do my watch. Then another watch. Then another. Reardon noticed. Jimmy, you need to sleep. I'm fine. No, you're not. You look like death. I'm fine, I said again, harder. He backed off, but I could see the worry in his eyes. Peters hasn't figured out the dynamic yet. Still the new guy, still trying to fit in. He'll learn, if he lives long enough. Dorothy, I'm losing track of time. Days blur together. Nights are endless. I don't know what date it is half the time. Someone said it's been 9 days since we got here. 9 days that feel like 9 months. 9 days ago, Eddie was alive. Schultz was alive. 50 guys from my company were alive. Now they're dead or gone. And I'm still here. Why? Why me? Why do I get to survive when better men die? There's no answer to that. Just luck. Random chance. The bullet that misses you and hits the guy next to you. There's no fairness in war. No justice. No reason. Just chaos and death and dumb luck. And I've been lucky, so far. But luck runs out eventually. For everyone. I just hope mine holds long enough to see you again. To hold our baby. To have one more day of normal life. That's all I want now. Not glory. Not honor. Not pride. Just normal. Just home. Just you. Is that too much to ask? Entry 13. December 28th, 1944 evening. 6 o'clock. Same position. New orders came down today. We're going on offense. The 506 is tasked with taking Foy. Little village north of here. Germans are dug in there, using it as a staging area for attacks. Command wants it eliminated. Wants us to push them back. Clear the area around Bastogne. After 8 days of defense, we're attacking. Most guys are excited. Sick of sitting in holes. Sick of waiting for the Germans to come to us. They want to take the fight to them. I'm not excited. I'm pissed. We held this fucking town. We bled for it. Eddie died for it. 50 guys from my company died for it. And now, instead of rest, instead of relief, instead of being pulled back, we get to attack, get to keep fighting. Where's our rest? Where's our break? When do we get to stop? But I already know the answer. We don't stop. Not until the war's over. Not until Germany surrenders. Or until we're all dead. I want to scream. Want to throw something. Want to rage at the officers and the brass and everyone who's making these decisions from the safety of their warm headquarters. But I can't. Because I'm a soldier. Because I follow orders. Because that's the job. So instead of screaming, I'm writing. Getting it out on paper where nobody can hear. This isn't fair. We did our job. We held Bastogne. We earned rest. But fair doesn't exist in war. There's just the mission, the objective, the orders, and our orders are to attack Foy. Jump off is tomorrow. 0700 hours. We'll move out at dawn, the whole battalion, supported by tanks, artillery prep beforehand. It'll be brutal. Foy's in open ground. No cover. Germans will see us coming from a mile away. We're going to take casualties, lots of them. More names for the cemetery, more graves, more mothers getting telegrams. Peters is nervous. He knows what's coming. Even though he's only been with us 2 days, he understands. Attack is worse than defense. Defense, you're in a hole. You have cover. You wait for them to come to you. Attack, you're exposed. Moving across open ground. They have the cover. They shoot at you. And you just have to keep moving forward. Keep advancing. Even when guys are dropping all around you. It takes a different kind of courage. Or stupidity. Hard to tell the difference. Reardon asked me what it's like. Attacking. Loud, I said. Chaotic. Terrifying. Helpful, he said sarcastically. You want the truth? It's hell. You move, you shoot, you try not to die. That's all there is. Great. You'll do fine, Johnny. Just stay low. Stay moving. Don't bunch up with other guys. Spread out. Move from cover to cover. And if there's no cover, then you move fast and pray. He didn't look reassured. I don't blame him. I'm not reassured either. I've done this before. Normandy, Holland. I know what to expect. Doesn't make it any less terrifying. If anything, it's worse. Because now I know. I know what bullets sound like when they miss you by inches. I know what it sounds like when they don't miss. Knowledge is not bliss. Ignorance might actually be better. We check the gun. Again, for the 10th time. It's ready, clean, oiled, headspace and timing set perfect. Water jacket full. Ammo loaded. The gun's ready. Question is, am I? My shoulder still hurts from the bayonet cut. But it's healing. I can use the arm. That's what matters. My feet are a mess. Finally took my boots off last night. Bad idea. My toes are gray, swollen. Some blisters have popped and refrozen. The smell was awful. Doc Rowe looked at them, shook his head. Classic trench foot. You need to stay off them, keep them dry and warm. Can't, Doc. We're attacking tomorrow. Then you're going to lose some toes eventually. I'll worry about that after the war. He shrugged, gave me some foot powder. Do what you can. I wrapped my feet in dry socks, clean socks from the supply drop. First time in 9 days. The fabric felt amazing against raw skin. Got my boots back on, tied them loose. Every step hurts. But I can walk, I can fight. That's all that matters. Wrote a letter to Dorothy tonight. Told her I love her. Told her I'm thinking about the baby. Told her I'll be home as soon as I can. Didn't tell her about Foy. Didn't tell her we're attacking tomorrow. Didn't tell her I might die. No point worrying her. If I die, she'll find out soon enough. If I live, the letter will reach her eventually and she'll never know how close it was. I also wrote to Mrs. Martinez, Eddie's mother, in San Antonio. Dear Mrs. Martinez, my name is James Kowalski. I was your son Eduardo's best friend. We served together in the 506 PIR. I was his machine gunner. He was my assistant. I'm sorry to tell you this, but Eddie died on December 24th, Christmas Eve. He was killed instantly. He didn't suffer. Eddie was the bravest man I ever knew. He saved my life more times than I can count. He was a good soldier, a good friend, a good man. He talked about you all the time, about his sister, about his girlfriend Rosa, about home. You were all he cared about. He wasn't scared when he died, Mom. He died doing his duty, protecting his friends, being a hero. I know that doesn't make it hurt less. I know nothing I say can fix this, but I wanted you to know that your son mattered, that he made a difference, that he was loved. I'm sorry for your loss. Eddie was my brother. I'll miss him every day. Sincerely, PFC, James Kowalski. It's all lies. Eddie was terrified. He suffered. He knew he was dying. He begged me to tell his mother something, but I can't tell her the truth. Can't tell her son died scared and in pain in a frozen hole in Belgium on Christmas Eve. So I lied. Told her what she needs to hear, what Eddie wanted her to hear. Sometimes lies are kinder. I'll mail both letters tomorrow. Before the attack, just in case. If I don't make it, at least Dorothy will know I loved her. At least Mrs. Martinez will know her son was brave. Peters is sleeping. Kid can sleep anywhere. Good skill to have. Reardon is on watch. I should sleep too. Need rest before tomorrow. But I can't. Can't turn off my brain. Keep thinking about Foy, about the attack, about all the ways it can go wrong. Keep thinking about Eddie, about how he should be here, about how this should be him on the gun tomorrow, not Peters. Keep thinking about the baby, about how I might never meet him, or her, might never hold them. Keep thinking about all the things I'll miss if I die tomorrow. Dorothy's smile. Sunday dinners at home, baseball games, Christmas, everything. But then I think about all the things I've already survived. D-Day, the hedgerows, Market Garden, Bastogne. I've made it this far. Maybe I'll make it through tomorrow too. Maybe my luck will hold one more day. Dorothy, if you're reading this, if something happened and this is all that's left of me, know that you were everything. You and the baby. You were my reason, my hope, my future. I tried, I fought, I did everything I could to come home to you. If I didn't make it, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But if I did, if I survive tomorrow and all the tomorrows after, I promise I'll be the best husband and father I can be. I promise I'll make this all worth something. I promise I'll live. Really live. Not just survive. That's my promise to you, to Eddie, to everyone who didn't make it. I'll live for all of us. Now I just have to survive tomorrow. Entry 14, December 30th, 1944, night, 11:30, woods outside Foy. We took casualties, bad ones. The attack on Foy was supposed to start on the 28th. Got delayed. Weather, German resistance, reorganizing units. Finally launched today. 29 hours late. We moved out at 0800. Company F in assault. 2 other companies in support. Tanks behind us. The approach to Foy is across open fields. Maybe 600 yards of nothing. Just snow and frozen mud. The Germans saw us coming. Of course they did. Hard to hide a whole battalion. They opened up at 400 yards. Machine guns, mortars, small arms, everything. Guys started dropping immediately. The snow turned red. We kept moving. That's all you can do. Keep moving forward. Run. Walk. Crawl. Whatever it takes. The noise was incredible. Bullets everywhere. Snapping past. Thump past. Thudding into the ground. Into bodies. A guy next to me took a round in the chest. dropped like a puppet with cut strings. 1 second running, next second dead, didn't stop, couldn't stop, just kept moving. We made it to the woods outside Foy, took cover in the trees, regrouped, counted heads, 40% casualties in the approach, 40%. Almost half the assault force gone before we even reached the objective. Peters was hit, shrapnel in the leg. Not bad, but enough. He's been evacuated, so now I've lost 2 assistant gunners in 10 days. Reardon's okay. Scared shitless, but okay. He's with me now. Back to 2-man crew. We spent the rest of the day clearing the woods. House to house. Tree to tree. The Germans had dug in. Foxholes. Fighting positions. Machine gun nests. We had to root them out one by one. That's when it happened. When I found the letters. We assaulted a bunker. German machine gun position. Threw grenades. Charged and shooting. 3 Germans inside. All dead. 1 from the grenades, 2 from rifle fire. While the squad was securing the position, I looked around. The bunker was crude, logs and dirt, but they'd been there a while. Personal stuff scattered around. Photos, letters, cigarettes. I picked up a letter, German writing. But one of our guys, Patterson, he speaks some German. His grandparents were from Hamburg. I had him translate it. It was from a girl. The dead German's girlfriend. She was writing about missing him, about waiting for him, about how the war needed to end soon so they could be together, about how she was pregnant, due in February. I stood there holding that letter, looking at the dead German, maybe 20 years old, blonde hair, blue eyes. He looked like he could be from Michigan, could be from Texas, could be from anywhere. He had a girl back home, a baby coming, just like me, and now he's dead in a bunker in Belgium, and his girl in Germany will get a telegram, and his baby will grow up without a father, because I killed him. Not personally, but my squad, my war. I kept the letter, don't know why, put it in my jacket pocket, next to Dorothy's letter. 2 letters, 2 girls, 2 pregnancies, 2 soldiers, 1 lived, 1 died, just luck, random chance. Could have easily been me in that bunker. Could have been Reardon. Could have been anyone. But it was him. German machine gunner, probably doing the same job I'm doing, protecting his friends, following orders, trying to survive, and now he's dead. Patterson saw me reading the letter, saw my face. You okay, Sarge? He called me Sarge even though I'm not a sergeant. Yeah, fine. The letter? His girlfriend's pregnant. Patterson nodded, didn't say anything. What could he say? We moved on, cleared more positions, more Germans, more bodies. By nightfall, we'd pushed them out of the woods. They fell back to Foy proper. We dug in at the tree line. That's where we are now, woods outside Foy. Staring at the village, knowing tomorrow we have to go in there. House to house, room to room. Going to be a nightmare. Reardon is quiet. Hasn't talked much since the attack. He's seen things today, things you can't unsee. Welcome to war, kid. The gun is set up, covering the approach to Foy. We've got a good position, interlocking fire with second squad. I checked the ammunition. We're good. The supply situation is better now that the corridor's open. Regular resupply. At least that's something. Captain came by earlier, asked how we're doing. Fine, sir. Ready for tomorrow. He looked at me, really looked at me, saw through the lie. You don't have to be fine, Kowalski. Nobody expects that. Yes, sir. You've done good work. You and your crew. The gun's been solid. Thank you, sir. Martinez would be proud. That hit me. Unexpected. I nodded. Couldn't speak. Winters moved on. Good officer. He sees things, understands things, cares about his men. We're lucky to have him. Found some German rations in the bunker. Dark bread, cheese, some kind of sausage. Better than K rations. We shared it. Me and Reardon sat in our hole eating German food. Seemed wrong somehow. But we were hungry. Jimmy, Reardon said, can I ask you something? Sure. Does it get easier, the killing? I thought about that. About the German in the snow on the first night. About the one I beat with a shovel. About the one today with the letter. No, I said. It gets harder. You just get better at hiding how you feel about it. Oh, we ate in silence. Then he said, I don't want to die, Jimmy. Nobody does. But some of us will, tomorrow, in Foy. Some of us won't come back. Yeah, some of us won't. How do you live with that, knowing you might die tomorrow? You focus on today, on right now, on staying alive this minute. You can't think about tomorrow. He nodded, didn't look convinced. I don't blame him. I'm not convinced either, but it's all we've got, so we eat German bread, we clean the gun, we wait for morning, and we try not to think about the fact that tomorrow one of us might be the body in the bunker. One of us might be the letter someone finds. Dorothy, I found a letter today from a German girl to her soldier. She's pregnant, just like you, and I killed him. Well, my squad did. But same thing. I keep thinking about that girl in Germany, waiting for a letter that will never come, waiting for a man who will never come home. She'll get a telegram instead. Or maybe she won't. Maybe the German army doesn't do telegrams. Maybe she'll just wait and never know for sure. That's worse, I think. Not knowing, always wondering, always hoping. At least if I die, you'll know, you'll get the telegram, you'll grieve, you'll move on eventually. Not that I want you to move on. If I die, I want you to remember me forever. Want the baby to know who I was. Want my memory to live. But I also want you to be happy. If that means someone else eventually, then okay. Better. You're happy than alone. God, what am I saying? I'm not dead yet. Why am I writing like I am? Because tomorrow's Foy. And Foy's gonna be bad, and I might not make it. So I'm writing this just in case. Just to say what needs saying. I love you, Dorothy. I love you more than anything. You and the baby are my whole world. If I die tomorrow, know that I died thinking of you, died trying to get home to you, and know that somewhere in Germany there's a girl just like you, pregnant and alone, waiting for a man who won't come home. War is hell for everyone, for both sides, for all the families waiting and worrying. I hate this war, hate what it's doing, hate what it's making me do. But I'll keep fighting, keep killing, keep surviving. Because I made a promise, to you, to Eddie, to everyone, I'm coming home. Entry 15, January 3rd, 1945, afternoon, 2 o'clock, field hospital somewhere outside Bastogne. I got hit. Shell fragment caught me in the left shoulder. Different shoulder from the bayonet cut. I'm running out of uninjured parts. It happened yesterday, January 2nd. We were still fighting around Foy, Germans counterattacking, trying to take back what we'd captured. Artillery came in, mixed 88s and 120 millimeters, walking barrage across our position. I was on the gun. Reardon was feeding. Everything normal. Then there was a flash, a huge pressure wave, flying backwards. Woke up on my back, ears ringing, couldn't hear anything. Reardon was over me, mouth moving, shouting something. Couldn't hear him. Looked down. My shoulder. Blood. Lots of blood. My jacket was torn, shrapnel sticking out. Reardon was doing first aid. Sulfur powder. Bandage. Pressure. Doc Rowe showed up. Checked the wound. Pulled out the shrapnel. Piece of jagged metal about 2 inches long. Sharp. Dirty. He cleaned it. More sulfur. Fresh bandage. Shot of morphine. You're going to the rear, Jimmy, Doc said. This needs proper treatment. Could get infected. No, I'm fine. I can still shoot. Your shoulder's torn up. You can barely move your arm. You're going. I tried to argue, but the morphine was kicking in. Everything was getting fuzzy, warm, distant. They loaded me on a jeep, drove me to the field hospital. That was yesterday. I've been here since. The hospital is in a barn, big barn, maybe 100 wounded inside, lying on cots, on the floor, everywhere, nurses moving between them, doctors operating in corners. The smell of blood and disinfectant and unwashed bodies. I've been lucky. The wound isn't that bad. Hit muscle, missed bone, missed major blood vessels, clean entry and exit, no infection yet. They cleaned it again, stitched it up, bandaged it properly, gave me more morphine, told me to rest. I asked when I could go back to my unit. The doctor laughed. Son, you're going nowhere for at least a week. That shoulder needs to heal. I can't stay here. My squad needs me. Your squad needs you alive and healthy, not dead from infection. You're staying. So here I am, lying on a cot in a barn, wounded, out of the fight, and I feel guilty. Guilty that I'm here, warm, safe, fed, while Reardon and the rest are still out there, still fighting, still dying. I'm alive because of luck. Again. Always luck. The shrapnel hit my shoulder, could have hit my head, could have hit my chest, could have killed me instantly, but it didn't. Just wounded me, just enough to get me out of the line. Part of me is relieved. Glad to be away from the fighting, away from the cold and fear and death. But another part, a bigger part, feels like I abandoned them. Like I left my post. Like I'm a coward. Reardon's on the gun now. Alone. They gave him some replacement whose name I don't even know. Kid from Iowa, 18 years old, and I left him alone. What kind of leader does that make me? What kind of friend? But I didn't have a choice. The doctors wouldn't let me stay. They physically put me on the jeep. So here I am, writing this. Because what else can I do? There's a soldier in the cot next to me, lost his leg, landmine. He's in and out of consciousness, fever, infection setting in. He's not going to make it. You can tell. The nurses know. They're just keeping him comfortable until the end. He's maybe 20 years old. Keeps calling for his mother. Mama, mama, it hurts. Breaks your heart. There's another guy across from me. Took a bullet in the gut. They operated. Removed his intestines. He's got a bag now. Colostomy bag. He'll live. But he's destroyed. Staring at the ceiling. Not talking. These are the lucky ones. We survived. We got evacuated. We're in hospitals with doctors and nurses and morphine. The unlucky ones are still in their holes, frozen solid, waiting for Graves registration. Eddie, Peters, the German with the letter. Hundreds of others. The dead are free. No more fear. No more pain. No more war. We, the living, we have to carry on. Carry their memory. Carry the guilt. I've been thinking about that German all day. The one with the pregnant girlfriend. Thinking about how similar we are. Were. He's dead now. Both machine gunners. Both young. Both fighting for something we barely understand. Both wanting to go home. Both leaving girls pregnant and alone. The only difference is I'm alive and he's dead. Is that justice? Is that right? Is that God's plan? Or is it just random chance? Wrong place. Wrong time. Wrong millisecond. I don't know. I don't think anyone knows. We just tell ourselves stories, make up reasons, give meaning to chaos. But maybe there is no meaning. Maybe it's all just chance, luck, chaos. Maybe the universe doesn't care. Maybe God doesn't care. Maybe we're on our own. That's a terrifying thought, but also maybe freeing. If there's no plan, no destiny, then we make our own meaning, our own purpose. And my purpose is simple: survive, go home, meet my kid, be a father, be a husband, live. Not for glory or honor or country, just live. For Dorothy, for the baby, for me. That's enough. The morphine's wearing off, shoulders starting to hurt again, throbbing, deep ache. Nurse came by earlier, changed the bandage, gave me some pills, not morphine, something weaker, said they need to save the morphine for the worst cases. I'm not the worst case. I'm mobile, conscious, lucky. So I get pills and bandages and a cot, and that's more than most guys get. Can't complain, won't complain, but I want to get back. Want to be with my squad, want to be on the gun, even though the gun terrifies me, even though I hate it, even though every time I pull that trigger I'm killing someone. Someone like that German, someone with a girl, with a family, with a life. But it's my job, my role, and someone has to do it. Better me than Reardon. Better me than Peters. Better me than any of them. I've got experience. I know the gun. I know the tactics. I know how to survive. Or at least I've survived so far. Which isn't the same thing as knowing how. Maybe I've just been lucky. Maybe my luck's about to run out. Or maybe I'll make it home. Maybe I'll hold Dorothy. Maybe I'll meet my kid. Maybe there's a future beyond this barn. Beyond this war. I have to believe that. Have to. Because if I don't, what's the point? Dorothy, I'm okay. I got hit, but I'm okay. Doctors say I'll be fine. Shoulder will heal. I'll have a scar. Something to show the grandkids someday, if I have grandkids. If I survive long enough to have kids, to have grandkids. One step at a time. First step, heal. Get strong. Get back to the unit. Second step, survive. keep fighting, keep living. Third step, come home. To you, to the baby, to the life we planned. That's the plan, simple, clear. Now I just have to execute it. One step at a time, one day at a time, one breath at a time. I'm coming home, Dorothy, I promise. Entry 16, January 5th, 1945, Field Hospital, morning. Been in the hospital 3 days now, shoulders healing, slowly. The doctors are pleased. No infection, stitches are holding, range of motion is improving. They're saying another few days and I can return to duty. Part of me wants to stay longer, stretch it out. A week, 2 weeks, however long I can. It's warm here, there's food, real food, hot soup, bread, even coffee sometimes. And it's safe. No artillery, no gunfire, no Germans trying to kill me. I sleep on a cot, under a roof, with a blanket. Actual sleep, not the fitful half-awake terror of the foxhole. I could get used to this, could stay here forever. But that's not an option. Eventually they'll clear me, send me back to the line, back to the war. I've been talking to other wounded guys, hearing their stories. The guy next to me, the one with the leg injury, he died 2 nights ago. Infection, sepsis, just slipped away. They carried him out in the morning, covered him with a sheet, added him to the count. His cot's empty now, waiting for the next casualty. There's always a next casualty. The gut-shot guy is still alive, still staring. But he's talking now. A little. His name is Morrison. Private. 101st Airborne like me. From Ohio. 20 years old. He told me about getting shot. They were clearing a building in Foy. German in the 2nd floor. Machine gun. Morrison ran in. Took a burst across the stomach. I felt it, he said. Felt each round hit. 1, 2, 3 like being punched. But hot. Burning. He survived. Barely. But he's ruined. He knows it. We all know it. He'll go home. Get a discharge. Purple Heart. Maybe a pension. But he's 20 years old with a colostomy bag. That's his life now. Is that better than dying? I don't know. Ask him in 5 years. There's a guy across from me. Burns. Tanker. His Sherman took a hit. Brewed up. He got out. Somehow. His face is wrapped in bandages. Hands too. 3rd-degree burns. They're talking about skin grafts, surgeries, years of recovery. He can't see, can't use his hands, can't do anything. But he's alive. Technically. Is that better than dying? I don't know. Ask him in 5 years. This place, this hospital, it's full of the lucky ones. The ones who survived. But looking around, I'm not sure lucky is the right word. Some of these guys, maybe they'd have been better off dying quick. Clean, no suffering, no living with the damage. But you can't say that. Can't think that. It's wrong. Life is precious. Life is worth fighting for. Even damaged life. That's what we tell ourselves. I've been writing letters. Lots of them. Wrote to Dorothy again, told her about the wound, tried to downplay it, didn't want her to worry. Just a scratch, I wrote. I'm fine. Be home soon. Lies, but kind lies. Wrote to Martinez's mother again, sent her that first letter plus another one, telling her more about Eddie, about how good he was, how brave, how much he meant to me. Tried to give her something, some comfort, some pride in her son. I don't know if it helps. Probably not, but I had to try. Also wrote to my own mother. First time in weeks. Told her I'm okay, told her I'm safe, told her to stop worrying. More lies, but necessary ones. She doesn't need to know about Eddie, about the cold, about the fear, about any of it. She just needs to know I'm alive, that I'm coming home. That's enough. The chaplain came by yesterday, Father O'Malley, same one who buried Eddie. He's making rounds, talking to wounded, giving last rites to the dying, doing his job. He sat with me for a few minutes, asked how I was doing. Fine, Father, just a shoulder wound. I'll live. That's good. God is watching over you. I didn't respond to that, didn't know what to say. He saw my silence. You don't believe that? I don't know what I believe anymore, Father. That's honest. War does that. Tests your faith, makes you question. Does your faith ever waver? I asked. He smiled, sad smile. Every day, every time I bury a boy, every time I give last rites to a 19-year-old, I question, I doubt. I rage at God. But you still believe? I choose to believe. There's a difference. Belief isn't certainty, it's hope. It's choosing to see meaning in chaos, choosing to see love in suffering. I don't see love here, Father. I see pain, death, waste. I know. But I also see courage, sacrifice, men dying for each other. Isn't that love? I thought about Eddie, about how he died doing his job, protecting his friends. Maybe, I said. You're going to make it home, James. You're going to meet your child. You're going to live a full life. I believe that. Based on what? Based on faith, based on hope, based on the fact that you're still here, still fighting, still believing enough to be angry at God. You don't get angry at someone you don't believe exists. He had a point. We talked a little more. Then he moved on. Other wounded to visit, other souls to tend. I've been thinking about what he said, about choosing to believe, about faith being a choice, not a certainty. Maybe he's right. Maybe faith isn't about knowing, it's about hoping, about choosing to see purpose even when there isn't any obvious one. I don't know if I have that kind of faith, but maybe I can fake it, pretend until it becomes real, fake it till you make it, as they say. Today I walked outside for the first time, just a few steps, testing the shoulder. It hurt, but manageable. I can move. I can function. Another few days, and I'll be cleared for duty. Back to the line, back to the gun, back to the war. Part of me dreads it. The cold, the fear, the killing. But another part misses it, misses the squad, misses the purpose, misses having a job to do. It's strange. War is hell, but it's also simple. You know what you're supposed to do. Survive. Kill the enemy. Protect your friends. Civilian life is complicated. Choices, consequences, morality. In war, the choices are made for you. The morality is clear. Us versus them. Except it's not really clear. Because that German had a pregnant girlfriend. Because the enemy is human too. But you can't think about that. Can't afford to. You think about that, you hesitate. You hesitate, you die. So you push it down. Ignore it. Focus on the job. That's how you survive. Tomorrow the doctor will check me again. Maybe clear me. Maybe give me a few more days. Either way, I'm going back soon. Back to Reardon, back to the gun, back to the mission. And when this is all over, when the war ends and I go home, I'll deal with it then. Deal with the memories, the nightmares, the guilt. But not now. Now I just focus on healing, on getting strong, on surviving one more day. Dorothy, I'm getting better. Shoulders healing. I'll be back with the unit soon. Don't worry about me. I'm one of the lucky ones. I survived. And I'll keep surviving. For you. For the baby. For us. Just a little longer. Just a few more months, maybe weeks. The Germans are breaking. Everyone can feel it. This is their last gasp. The Battle of the Bulge, they're calling it. Their last offensive. And it failed. Bastogne held. We held. Now it's just mopping up, pushing them back, finishing the job. The end is coming. I can feel it. I just have to survive until it gets here. And I will. I promise. I'm coming home. Entry 17. January 9th, 1945 evening. Same field hospital. I got cleared today. Return to duty. Shoulders healed enough. Range of motion is acceptable. No infection. The doctor signed my papers. Told me to take it easy. Avoid heavy lifting. Change the bandage daily. You're lucky, son, he said. Another inch and that shrapnel would have hit an artery. You'd have bled out before anyone could help. Lucky. That word again. I don't feel lucky. I feel tired, beaten, old. But I'm alive. So I guess that's lucky. I leave tomorrow morning. Jeep back to the unit. Back to Company F. Back to the gun. I'm not ready. Don't know if I'll ever be ready. But ready doesn't matter. The army doesn't care if you're ready. They care if you're mobile. If you can shoot. If you can follow orders. I can do all those things. So I'm fit for duty. I've been thinking about what's waiting for me. The squad, the gun, the fighting, thinking about Reardon, wonder how he's doing, wonder if he's still alive, wonder how many more are dead since I left. War doesn't stop because you're wounded. It keeps grinding, keep killing, keeps moving forward, and you either keep up or you get left behind. I spent the day organizing my stuff, what little I have, diary, the letters from Dorothy, the German letter I kept, my mother's rosary, a few personal items. Everything else is army issue. Rifle. helmet, uniform, dog tags. That's all I am now. A collection of equipment, a serial number, a body in a uniform. James Kowalski from Hamtramck, Michigan, he's gone. He died somewhere between D-Day and Bastogne. What's left is PFC Kowalski, machine gunner, soldier, killer. Is that who I am now? Is that all I am? I hope not. I hope there's still something of me left, something human, something Dorothy will recognize when I get home. But I'm not sure. The man who left Detroit in 1943, he was different, innocent, optimistic, full of life. The man who's going back to the line tomorrow, he's hard, cold, broken. Will Dorothy love this man? Will she even know him? I don't know. Guess I'll find out if I survive. I said goodbye to Morrison today, the gut shot guy. He's being evacuated to England, then eventually back to the States. He's going home. Lucky him, except he's not lucky. He's ruined. He knows it. Good luck, Jimmy, he said. Stay alive. You too, Morrison. You'll be okay. You'll adjust. He didn't believe me. I didn't believe me. But what else do you say? The burned tanker. He died last night. Infection, pneumonia. His body just gave up. They covered him with a sheet, took him away. Someone else took his cot by noon. The machine never stops. Bodies in, bodies out. Wounded in, dead out. It all blurs together after a while. I've been at this for 7 months now, since D-Day. That's 210 days, give or take. 210 days of combat, of fear, of death. How many more days until it's over? 50? 100? 200? How many more days can I survive? The odds are against me. Everyone knows it. The longer you're in combat, the worse your chances. Some guys make it through, most don't. Eddie didn't, Peters didn't, the German didn't. Morrison sort of did, but sort of didn't. Will I? Can't think about it. Can't dwell on odds and statistics and probability. Just focus on tomorrow, on getting back to the unit, on doing the job, one day at a time. I wrote one more letter to Dorothy tonight, maybe the last one before I ship back out. My darling Dorothy, I'm leaving the hospital tomorrow, going back to the fight. My shoulder is healed. I'm okay. I think about you every day, every hour. You and the baby. That's what keeps me going. March is coming soon. Just 2 more months, maybe less. I wish I could be there when the baby comes. Wish I could hold your hand, be with you. But I can't. I'm here. You're there. And there's an ocean and a war between us. But I promise when this is over, I'm coming home. And I'm never leaving again. We'll have that house in Hamtramck, near both our families. We'll have Sunday dinners. We'll go to Tigers games. We'll be normal. That's my dream. That's what I'm fighting for. Not for victory or glory or country. For you. For us. For normal. I love you, Dorothy. More than words can say. Tell our baby I'm coming. Tell them to wait for me. Tell them their daddy is doing everything he can to come home. I'll see you soon. All my love, Jimmy. It's not enough. Words aren't enough to express what I feel. But it's all I have, so it'll have to do. Tomorrow I go back. Back to the cold, back to the fear, back to the war, and I'll fight, I'll survive, I'll do whatever it takes, because I made a promise. To Dorothy, to Eddie, to everyone. I'm coming home, no matter what. Entry 18, January 15th, 1945, night. Back with Company F, northeast of Bastogne. I'm back. Returned to the unit 6 days ago, January 9th. Took a jeep from the hospital to Bastogne, then walked to the company position. Everything's different. And nothing's different. The faces have changed. Lots of new guys, replacements, young kids who weren't here for the siege. But the mission's the same. Hold the line, keep pressure on the Germans. Patrol, probe, harass. We're not attacking anymore. Not really. Just maintaining, waiting. The Germans are pulling back, slowly, grudgingly. But pulling back. The Bulge is over. They lost. We won. Except it doesn't feel like winning. It feels like surviving. I found Reardon first thing. He was at the gun position. Our gun. Same one Eddie and I set up back in December. He saw me coming. His face lit up, ran over, hugged me. Actually hugged me. Jimmy, you're back. You made it. Yeah, Johnny, I'm back. How's the shoulder? Healing. I'm fine. He looked me over, checked me like a worried mother. You sure? You look thin. Everyone looks thin. It's winter. We went to the foxhole. The gun was there, set up properly, well maintained. You took good care of her, I said. Tried to, did my best, but I'm not you. Not as good as you. You did fine, Johnny. I'm proud of you. He seemed to need to hear that, needed the validation, the approval. Kid's grown up in the last month. He's not the scared replacement anymore. He's a veteran now, baptized in fire. His eyes are different, harder, older. He's seen things, done things, killed men. War ages you fast. We talked for hours that first night, catching up. He told me about Foy, about the fighting after I left, about the casualties. Company F is down to 72 effectives now. 72 out of the original 140, 51% casualties, more than half the company gone, most of them killed or wounded in the month since we arrived in Bastogne. The names hit me like punches. Guys I knew, guys I'd trained with, guys I'd fought with. All gone. Reardon told me about each one, how they died, where they died, what their last words were. He's been carrying that weight, bearing witness, remembering. Now I'm back to help carry it. The new guys, the replacements, their kids, 17, 18, 19, fresh from training, no combat experience. They look at us, at the veterans, with a mix of awe and fear. We're the ones who survived Bastogne, who held the line, who made history, except we don't feel like history. We feel like tired, broken men trying to get through another day. They assigned me a new assistant gunner, kid named Walsh, 19, from Boston. Talks with that accent. Wicked this, wicked that. He's eager, wants to prove himself, wants to be good. I'm training him, teaching him the gun, the procedures, the tactics. Same as I did with Eddie, same as Eddie did for me. The cycle continues. Old teaches young, then old dies and young becomes old, and it starts again. I wonder where it ends. How many cycles before there's nobody left to teach? We've been on patrols mostly, recon, feeling out German positions, seeing where they are, where they're going. They're in full retreat now, leaving equipment, leaving wounded, just trying to get back to Germany. The war's turning. Everyone can feel it. This was their last shot, their last offensive, and it failed. Now it's just a matter of time. How much time? Weeks? Months? Nobody knows. But the end is coming. Finally. I visited Eddie's grave again. The temporary cemetery behind the seminary. More graves now, maybe 100, all from the last month. Eddie's cross is weathered already. The name fading. Snow piled around the base. I stood there. Didn't say anything this time, just stood. What more is there to say? He's dead. I'm alive. That's all there is. I left a cigarette on his grave. Eddie loved Lucky Strikes, smoked them whenever he could get them, so I left him one. Stuck it in the snow next to his cross. Seemed like the right thing to do. Foy is secure now. We control it. The Germans are pushed back several miles. The buildings are destroyed. Artillery and street fighting leveled most of them. But we have it. We paid for it in blood, but we have it. Was it worth it? I don't know. That's above my pay grade. I just know guys died taking it. And now we have it. And someday, when this is all over, Foy will be rebuilt and people will live there again. And maybe they'll know, maybe they'll remember, maybe there will be a monument or a plaque. Here American soldiers fought and died, December 1944 through January 1945, lest we forget. Or maybe they won't remember. Maybe in 50 years nobody will care. Nobody will know. Either way, Eddie's dead. And nothing changes that. I'm trying to sleep normal hours again. But it's hard. The nightmares won't stop. I see Eddie dying. Over and over. See the German I killed with the shovel. See the German with the letter. See them all. Every face, every death. Wake up in a panic, reaching for the gun, heart racing. Takes minutes to remember where I am, to calm down. Reardon notices, tries to help. But there's nothing he can do. This is my burden, my damage, my war. I have to live with it, somehow. Dorothy's letters are still coming. Slow, irregular, but coming. Last one I got was from mid-December. Before I got wounded, before Eddie died. She's doing well. Baby's kicking. She can feel movement now. It's real. It's happening. March. Less than 2 months now. Maybe 6 weeks. Will I be there? Will I make it home in time? Probably not. War doesn't care about babies being born, about fathers wanting to be present. War just grinds on, day after day, until it's done. So I'll miss it. Miss the birth. Miss the first moments. But I'll get there eventually. When the war's over, when they send us home, and I'll hold my child, my son or daughter, and I'll tell them about their Uncle Eddie, about the men who fought so they could be born free. That's my promise. To Eddie, to all of them. Their sacrifice won't be forgotten, not by me. Reardon asked me if I'm okay, really okay. I lied. Told him I'm fine, but I'm not fine. I'm damaged, broken, changed. The man who came back from that hospital, he's not the same man who left for the hospital. And the man who went to the hospital wasn't the same man who arrived in Bastogne. War changes you, piece by piece, day by day, until you don't recognize yourself anymore. But I'm still here, still fighting, still surviving. That's got to count for something. Dorothy, I'm back with the unit, back on the gun, back in the fight. But it's different now. Easier. The Germans are retreating. The end is in sight. Just a little longer, just a few more weeks, maybe a month or two, then I'm coming home, to you, to the baby, to the life we planned. I'm so close I can almost taste it. Just have to survive a little longer, just a little longer. Entry 19, January 22nd, 1945. Afternoon, same position. Package came today, from home, from you. First package I've gotten since before Bastogne. Mail's been irregular, lost, delayed. But this one made it through, your handwriting on the outside. To PFC James Kowalski. With love from Dorothy and family. I stared at it for 5 minutes before opening it. Just held it, felt the weight, the reality of it, something from home, from you, from the world beyond war. Finally opened it, carefully, like it was made of glass. Inside, baby clothes, tiny clothes. You're knitting them. Little sweater, little hat, little booties. They're so small, can barely fit in my hand. Hard to believe a human will fit in these. Our human, our baby. There was a note pinned to the sweater. Dearest Jimmy, I've been knitting these for weeks, trying to keep my hands busy, trying not to worry. The baby's due in about 6 weeks, early March. Doctor says everything looks good. I'm healthy, baby's healthy. I wish you could be here. Wish you could feel the kicks, put your hand on my belly, share this with me. But you can't. So I'm sending these instead, so you can hold something that will hold our baby, so you can feel connected. I love you, Jimmy. Come home safe. Come home soon. We're waiting for you. Love, Dorothy P.S. Your mother sent holy medals, said to keep them with you, said they'll keep you safe. I'm enclosing them. Can't hurt, right? The medals were in the box too. St. Christopher, St. Michael, the usual. I put them in my pocket with her rosary, with the German's letter, with all the other things I carry, talismans, good luck charms, pieces of home and hope. I showed the baby clothes to Reardon. He smiled, really smiled. First real smile I've seen from him in weeks. You're gonna be a dad, Jimmy. That's amazing. Yeah, I am. Walsh, the new assistant gunner, wanted to see too. Passed them around, everyone taking turns, holding them, feeling them. These tiny clothes, in the hands of killers, of soldiers, of men who've seen too much. But for a moment we weren't soldiers. We were just guys, just men thinking about families and babies and normal life. It was nice, brief, but nice. There was food in the package too, cookies. Your mother made them. Oatmeal raisin. My favorite. They were stale, crumbly, probably baked a month ago. But they tasted like heaven. I shared them with the squad, passed them around. Everyone got one. Maybe 2 if there were enough. We sat there eating stale cookies from Detroit, and it was the best meal we'd had in weeks. Walsh said, "Man, these are good. Your girl can bake." "That's his mother-in-law," Reardon corrected. "His girl's pregnant, due in March." "No shit. Congratulations, Sarge." I'm not a sergeant, but they keep calling me that. Respect maybe, or acknowledgement of experience. Doesn't matter. Let them call me whatever they want. We finished the cookies, savored every crumb, then back to reality, back to the war, back to the mission. But for a few minutes, we'd been somewhere else, somewhere warm and safe and human. That's what I needed, what we all needed, a reminder that there's more than this, more than war and death and cold. There's home, there's family, there's babies being born and cookies being baked and life going on. The war will end someday. And when it does, we'll go back to that world, back to normal. If we survive, if we're lucky. But even if we don't survive, that world keeps going. Babies keep being born, cookies keep being baked. Life goes on, with us or without us. That's comforting somehow, knowing that it all continues, that our deaths, if we die, won't stop the world. It'll just keep spinning, keep living, keep being, and maybe that's okay. I wrote to Dorothy tonight, thanking her for the package, for the clothes, for the love. Dear Dorothy, got your package today. The baby clothes are perfect. I can't wait to see our child wearing them. 6 weeks. That's all. 6 more weeks until you're a mother. Until I'm a father. I wish I could be there. Wish I could hold your hand, be with you. But I can't. And I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But know that I'm thinking of you. Every day. Every hour. You and the baby. That's what I'm fighting for. That's what keeps me going. I'll be home as soon as I can. As soon as they let me. As soon as the war's over. And when I get there, I promise I'll be the best father and husband I can be. I'll make up for lost time. I'll be present. I'll be there. Just wait for me. Just a little longer. I love you, Dorothy. More than anything. Give the baby a kiss for me. Tell them their daddy loves them already. See you soon. All my love, Jimmy. Sealed it. Addressed it. Gave it to the mail clerk. It'll reach her eventually. Weeks from now, maybe. But it'll get there. And she'll know. She'll know I got the package. That I'm thinking of her. That I'm coming home. That's all I can do. Write letters. Send hope. Keep fighting. And survive. Always survive. Tonight is quiet. No artillery. No patrols. Just guard duty and waiting. The stars are out. First clear night in weeks. The sky is beautiful. Vast. Endless. Makes you feel small. Insignificant. Like all of this. All the war and death and suffering. It's nothing compared to the universe. We're just tiny creatures on a tiny planet fighting over tiny things. And in 100 years, nobody will remember. Nobody will care. But right now, in this moment, it's everything. It's all that matters. So I'll keep fighting, keep surviving, keep doing my job. Because someone has to. Because that's what I signed up for. Because I made a promise. And I always keep my promises. Dorothy, I'm coming home. I'm meeting our baby. I'm living the life we planned. Just got survive a little longer. Just a little longer. Entry 20 February 1st, 1945, night. Bastogne area. We're leaving. Got the word today. The 101st is being pulled off the line, heading back to Mourmelon for rest and refit. After 44 days, we're done. We're getting out. The relief was overwhelming. Guys cheering, hugging, crying. Some guys just collapsed. The tension finally releasing. We're leaving Bastogne, leaving Belgium. Leaving this frozen hell. I can barely believe it. Feels like a dream, like it can't be real, but it is. Orders came down. We pack up tomorrow. Move out the day after. Back to Mourmelon. Back to hot food and showers and beds. Back to something resembling civilization. I sat in the foxhole for a long time after hearing the news. Just sat, thinking. 44 days. From December 18th to February 1st. 44 days of cold and fear and death. 44 days that feel like 44 years. I thought about December 18th, arriving in trucks, confused, irritated, not knowing what was coming. Eddie was alive then. Schultz too. Peters, so many others. They won't be coming back to Mourmelon. They're staying here, forever. The cemetery behind the seminary, the wooden crosses, the frozen ground, that's their Mourmelon. That's their rest. I went to Eddie's grave one last time. Told him we're leaving. Told him I'm sorry I can't take him with me. Told him I'll never forget. Never. His cross is weathered now. 6 weeks of snow and wind, the name barely readable. But I know where he is. I'll always know. And someday, when this is all over, I'll come back. I'll visit. I'll remember. That's my promise. Reardon came with me to the cemetery. We stood together, looking at all the crosses. We made it, Jimmy, he said quietly. We survived. Yeah, we did. Eddie didn't. No, he didn't. Why us? Why do we get to leave and he doesn't? Same question I've been asking myself for weeks, for months. I don't know, Johnny. Luck, chance, God's will, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't seem fair. It's not fair. None of this is fair, but it's real. It's what happened, and we can't change it. We stood there a while longer, paying respects, saying goodbye. Then we left. Had to. Couldn't stay forever. The march out is scheduled for February 3rd, day after tomorrow. We'll walk to the trucks, ride back to France, back to rest. For how long? Nobody knows. Could be weeks, could be months, could be days. But it's something. It's a break. It's a chance to breathe. Tonight the whole company is subdued. You'd think we'd be celebrating, partying, drinking if we had anything to drink with, but we're not. We're quiet, reflective, thinking about what we've been through, what we've lost. 72 men left, out of 140. Half the company gone, and every man here knows someone who didn't make it. Friends, buddies, brothers. We carry them with us. Their memory, their ghosts. That's the price of survival. You live, but you carry the dead. Captain Winters addressed the company this evening. Brief speech. You did good, men. You held when everyone said you couldn't. You fought when the odds were impossible. You survived when survival seemed unlikely. Bastogne will be remembered, and you'll be remembered. The battered bastards. The men who said nuts. But the war's not over. Germany's still fighting. We still have work to do. So rest, recover, heal. But stay ready. We'll be needed again. Dismissed. Short. To the point. No bullshit. That's Winters. After the speech, guys dispersed. Some writing letters, some cleaning gear, some just sitting, processing. Walsh asked me what Mourmelon is like. What to expect. Hot showers, I said. Real food. Beds with mattresses, movies, passes to town. It's paradise compared to this. Can't wait. Enjoy it while you can. We won't be there long. Where do you think we'll go next? Germany. Has to be. War's almost over. Just a matter of pushing to Berlin. How much longer you think? Months. Maybe less. Germany's collapsing. Just gotta finish them off. He nodded. Thinking about that, kid's 19, joined up after Bastogne. Missed the worst of it. But he'll see plenty more before this is done. Assuming he survives. I checked the gun one last time, cleaned it, packed it for transport, said goodbye in a way. This gun, this M1919, we've been through a lot together. Normandy, Holland, Bastogne. Hundreds of Germans killed, thousands of rounds fired. It saved my life, multiple times, and I took care of it, maintained it, respected it. Good gun, reliable, faithful. Sounds stupid, forming an attachment to a weapon, but it's true. This gun is part of me now, part of my story, part of my survival. Reardon is sleeping, exhausted, happy. He's made it. He survived his first battle, his baptism by fire. He's a veteran now, just like me, just like Eddie was. The cycle continues. I should sleep too. Need rest. Tomorrow's packing, day after is the march, but I can't sleep. Too wired, too much going through my head. I keep thinking about what comes next, after Mourmelon, after rest, the final push into Germany, the end of the war, going home, meeting Dorothy, meeting the baby, starting the life we planned. It's so close, closer than it's ever been. I can almost touch it. Just gotta survive a little longer. Just gotta make it through the final push. And I will. I've come this far, survived this much. I can survive the rest. I have to. Dorothy, we're leaving Bastogne. Finally. After 44 days, we're getting out. I survived. I made it. I'm coming home. Not right away. Not yet. Still got fighting to do. Still got a war to finish. But I'm closer. So much closer. The baby's due in about 4 weeks now. End of February. Beginning of March. I won't be there. I know that. I've accepted it. But I'll get there eventually. When the war's over, when they send me home, and when I do, I promise I'll make it up to you. Make up for all the missed time, all the absence, all the fear. I'll be the husband you deserve, the father our child deserves, I promise. Just wait for me, just a little longer. I'm coming home. Entry 21. March 15th, 1945, afternoon, Mourmelon, France. I'm a father. Got a telegram this morning, delivered to me at breakfast. Red Cross telegram. I saw the runner coming and my heart stopped. Telegrams mean death. Somebody died, somebody back home, but the runner was smiling. That was the first clue. Kowalski? He said. Yeah. Telegram for you. Good news. I took it, hands shaking, opened it. Baby girl born, March 8th. Stop, mother and child, healthy stop named Hope, Marie Kowalski. Stop, Dorothy sends love stop. I read it 3 times, then a 4th, then I just stood there. A girl. I have a daughter, Hope Marie, born March 8th, both healthy. I started crying, right there in the mess hall, in front of everyone, just broke down. Reardon saw me, came running over. Jimmy, what's wrong? What happened? I couldn't speak, just handed him the telegram. He read it. His face broke into a huge smile. Jimmy, you're a father. You have a daughter. And then he was crying too, hugging me, pounding my back. Walsh came over. Others. The whole table. Everyone reading the telegram. Everyone congratulating me. Guys I barely know. Shaking my hand. Hugging me. Happy for me. Because this is good news. In a world of death and loss and grief, this is life. This is hope. This is the future. Captain Winters came over. Congratulations, Kowalski. What's her name? Hope, I said. Hope Marie Kowalski. Beautiful name. Your wife did good. Yes, sir, she did. You'll meet her soon. War's almost over. Few more months and you'll be home. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. He shook my hand, smiled, moved on, but I just stood there, holding the telegram, staring at it. Hope. Dorothy named her Hope. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Because that's what she is. My hope. My reason. My future. I have a daughter. A living, breathing, perfect daughter. And I've never even seen her, never held her, don't know what she looks like. But I love her. God, I love her already. More than anything. The rest of the day was a blur. Guys kept coming up, congratulating me, asking about the baby, celebrating. Someone found whiskey, don't know where, don't care. We passed it around, toasted to hope, to life, to the future. Even guys who barely knew me were happy, because good news is rare, good news is precious, and this is the best news. New life, new hope, new beginning. Reardon was genuinely happy. You're a father, Jimmy. That's incredible. You have to survive now. You have to meet her. I know. I will. I promise. What's she look like? I don't know. Haven't seen a photo yet, but I bet she's beautiful, like her mother. She's gonna be spoiled. You're gonna spoil her rotten. Damn right I am. We laughed. Really laughed. First time in months. It felt good. Felt human. Walsh asked what it's like, knowing you have a kid you've never met. Strange, I said. Surreal. Like, she's not quite real yet, but also the most real thing in the world. You scared? Terrified. I don't know how to be a father. Don't know what to do. What if I'm bad at it? You'll figure it out. You're good at everything else. This is different. This matters more. We sat there, thinking about that. Then Reardon said, Eddie would have been happy for you. He would have loved this. That hit me, hard, throat tight, eyes burning. Yeah, I managed. He would have. Eddie never got to meet Hope, never will. But I'll tell her about him, about Uncle Eddie, about the brave man who died protecting her father, who died so she could be born free. That's my promise. To Eddie, to Hope. She'll know. She'll remember. I wrote to Dorothy immediately. Long letter, probably incoherent. But I had to write. My dearest Dorothy, I got the telegram. Hope Marie. She's perfect. You're perfect. I love you both so much. I wish I could have been there. Wish I could have held your hand, seen her born, been with you, but I wasn't. And I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But I'm coming home, soon. The war's almost over. Few more months, maybe less. And when I get there, I'm never leaving again. I'm staying. I'm being the father and husband I should have been all along. Tell Hope her daddy loves her. Tell her I'm fighting to get home to her. Tell her to wait for me. I'll be there soon. All my love, forever, Jimmy. Sealed it. Mailed it. It'll reach her in a few weeks. And maybe by then I'll have a photo. Maybe she'll send one, so I can see my daughter's face. My daughter. Still can't believe it. I'm a father. Me. Jimmy Kowalski from Hamtramck. 21 years old. Machine gunner. Killer. Father. It's the most terrifying and wonderful thing in the world. I have to survive now. Have to. Not for me, for her, for Hope. She needs her father, deserves her father, and I'll be damned if I die now. After everything. After surviving Normandy and Bastogne and all of it. I'm going home. I'm meeting my daughter. I'm living. That's my promise. To Dorothy, to Hope, to myself. No more close calls, no more risks. I'm playing it safe from here on out. I'm surviving. Period. We're scheduled to move out next week. The 101st is going back into action. Final push into Germany. Everyone's saying it's almost over. Hitler's collapsing. Just a matter of time. Could be weeks. Could be a month. Could be 2. But the end is coming. Everyone can feel it. And when it does, I'm going home. To Dorothy, to Hope, to life. Tonight, I'm celebrating. With my squad, with my brothers. With the men who kept me alive so I could have this moment. We're drinking, laughing, telling stories, being human, and tomorrow we'll go back to being soldiers, back to the mission, back to the war. But tonight we're just men, just friends, just alive, and that's enough. Hope Marie Kowalski, born March 8th, 1945, my daughter, my reason, my hope. Entry 22, April 2nd, 1945 evening, Bavaria, Germany. We're in Germany now, deep in Germany. The heart of it, the 101st, has been pushing for weeks, through the Rhineland, across the Rhine, into southern Germany. We're not meeting much resistance, not anymore. Germans are surrendering by the thousands. The war's over. They know it. We know it. Just a matter of making it official. We reached the Bavarian Alps today. Mountains. Beautiful country, ironic. This should be vacation land, ski resorts and hiking trails. Instead, it's war. Still war, even at the end. We're near Berchtesgaden. Hitler's mountain retreat. The eagle's nest. We'll be taking it soon. Final symbolic victory. The dictator's personal hideaway. Captured by American paratroopers. Poetry, justice, something. But mostly it just feels like going through the motions. The war's over. We're just cleaning up now. Still dangerous though. Germans are collapsing, but desperate men do desperate things. Snipers, ambushes, diehards who won't quit, so we stay alert. Stay careful. Stay alive. I'm so close to going home. So close to meeting Hope. Can't die now. Won't die now. Been carrying her photo for 2 weeks. Dorothy sent it. Black and white. Tiny face, little fists. Eyes closed. She's beautiful. Perfect. Looks like Dorothy. Thank God for that. I stare at that photo every night. Memorize every detail. Imagine holding her. Imagine her growing up. Imagine teaching her to ride a bike. To read. To be brave and kind and strong. Imagine being her father. It keeps me going. Keeps me focused. Keeps me safe. Reardon made corporal last week. Earned it. He's a good soldier now. Good leader. The scared kid from Iowa is gone. Replaced by a veteran, a survivor. He asked me what I'm going to do after the war. When we get home. Go to Detroit, I said. Get a job at the plant. Marry Dorothy proper. Be a father. Live normal. That's it? That's everything, he nodded. Sounds good. Better than this. What about you? Going back to Iowa. To the farm. Help my dad. Maybe find a girl. Maybe have kids someday. Normal. Yeah, normal sounds good. Walsh is still with us. Still my assistant gunner. Good kid. Lucky kid. Hasn't been hit yet. Hasn't even had a close call. Some guys are like that. Charmed. Lucky. They walk through hell and don't get touched. Hope he stays lucky. Hope we all do. Just a little longer. Just a few more weeks. We passed through a concentration camp last week. Dachau. They'd heard we were coming. The SS had fled. Left the prisoners. I can't describe what we saw. Can't put it into words. The walking skeletons. The mass graves. The smell. The evil. Pure evil. That's what we were fighting. That's what Germany became. We liberated them. Gave them food, water, medical care. Watched them cry. Watched them pray. Watched them barely believe they were free. Some of the guys wanted to kill every German they found after that. Wanted revenge. Wanted blood. I understood. I felt it too. But we didn't. We're not them. We're better. We have to be. So we took prisoners, processed them, sent them to POW camps, followed the rules, even though they didn't. Even though they deserved worse. Because we're Americans. And we're better. That's what I keep telling myself. That's what keeps me human. Rumors are flying. Hitler's dead. Hitler's fled to Argentina. Hitler's in Berlin preparing for a last stand. Nobody knows. But it doesn't matter. With or without Hitler, Germany's done. The war's ending. Could be days. Could be a week. But it's ending. And then we go home. Finally. After 3 years. After everything. Home. I can barely imagine it. Civilian life, normal life, no uniforms, no orders, no killing, just work and family and baseball games and Sunday dinners. Just hope, learning to walk, learning to talk, growing up. Just Dorothy smiling, aging, living, just being. That's all I want, just to be. To exist without fear, without death, without war. Is that too much to ask after everything I've given, everything I've done? I don't think so. I think I've earned it. We all have. The guys who survived, the guys who fought, the guys who did their duty, we've earned our peace, our rest, our lives, and we're about to get it. Just a little longer. Dorothy, I'm in Germany, deep in Germany. It's almost over. I can feel it. Few more days, maybe a week. Then it's done. Then I'm coming home. To you, to hope, to the life we planned. I've been looking at her photo every night. She's so beautiful, so perfect, so tiny. I can't wait to hold her, to smell her, to hear her cry and laugh and babble. I can't wait to be her father. Just a little longer. Just a few more days. Then I'm done. Done with war, done with killing, done with death. Then I'm just Jimmy, just Dorothy's husband, just Hope's father, just a man, just alive, just home. That's all I want. That's all I've ever wanted. And I'm so close I can taste it. Just survive a few more days. Just stay safe. Just make it. Then it's over. Then it's life. Then it's hope. Entry 23, May 8th, 1945, night. Austria, VE Day. It's over. Germany surrendered. The war in Europe is over. VE Day. Victory in Europe Day. We won. Hitler's dead. Killed himself in Berlin. Coward's way out. Germany's military collapsed. The government surrendered. Unconditionally. It's done. After 5 years. After millions dead. It's finally done. The celebration was muted. You'd think we'd be ecstatic, dancing, singing, cheering, but we're just tired, just relieved, just glad it's over. Too many friends dead, too many memories, too much loss. Hard to celebrate when you're standing on a mountain of corpses. But it's over. That's what matters. The killing stops. The dying stops. We get to go home. We get to live. I sat in my tent this evening, alone, thinking. It's been 3 years. 3 years since I enlisted, since I left Detroit, since I said goodbye to Dorothy. 3 years of training, fighting, surviving, killing, D-Day, Normandy, Market Garden, Bastogne, Germany, 5 campaigns, hundreds of days in combat, thousands of rounds fired, and I'm still here, still alive, still whole, more or less, physically whole. Mentally, that's another question. I'm damaged, changed, not the same person who left Michigan. That person was innocent, optimistic, young. This person is hard, broken, old at 21, but I'm alive. And that's more than a lot of guys can say. Eddie Martinez, my best friend, dead in the snow at Bastogne on Christmas Eve. I'll never forget him. Never. As long as I live, I'll remember. And I'll keep my promise. I'll tell Hope about him, about Uncle Eddie, about the brave man who died so she could be free. That's my tribute, my memorial, keeping his memory alive. Reardon came by earlier, shook my hand. We made it, Jimmy. We actually made it. Yeah, Johnny, we did. Now what? Now we go home. Now we live. He nodded, smiled. Normal, just like we talked about. Just like we talked about. Walsh was drunk, celebrating with some guys. Good for him. Kid earned it. He came by, stumbling, happy. We won, Sarge. We fucking won. Yeah, Walsh, we won. We're going home. We're going home. He hugged me. Thank you for everything, for teaching me, for keeping me alive. You kept yourself alive, kid. You did good. He stumbled off. Back to the party. Good kid. Hope he has a good life. Hope he forgets all this. Captain Winters addressed the company one last time. Final speech. Men, it's over. You did your duty. You fought bravely. You survived. Now you get to go home. See your families. Start your lives. You've earned it. Every one of you. Remember the men who didn't make it. Honor them. Live for them. And when you're old, when your grandkids ask what you did in the war, tell them the truth. Tell them you fought. You survived. You won. Dismissed. Simple. Direct. Perfect. That's Winters. Always knows what to say. I wrote to Dorothy tonight. Last letter from the war. My darling Dorothy, it's over. The war's over. Germany surrendered. We won. I'm coming home. I don't know when exactly. Could be weeks, could be months. They have to process everyone. Transport us back. But I'm coming, I promise. And when I get there, I'm never leaving again. I'm done with war, done with fighting, done with death. I'm ready to be a husband, a father, a man. I'm ready to meet Hope, to hold her, to love her. I'm ready to live. Thank you for waiting. Thank you for loving me. Thank you for hope. You saved me, you and Hope. You gave me a reason to survive, a reason to come home. And now I am coming home. I love you. More than words can express, more than life itself. See you soon. All my love, forever, Jimmy. Sealed it. Last letter. Last words from the war. Next time I write to Dorothy, it'll be from home. From Detroit. From our life. I sat with the gun tonight. The M1919, my gun, my tool, my partner for 2 years. Cleaned it one last time. Properly, lovingly, with respect. This gun saved my life, multiple times, killed hundreds, maybe thousands, protected my friends, did its job. Good gun, faithful gun, I'll never see it again. Tomorrow, we turn in our weapons. Armory will take them, clean them, store them, maybe melt them down. But I'll remember. I'll remember this gun, this weight, this sound. I'll remember what we did together, the good and the bad. This diary, I've been writing it since December 18th, since we arrived in Bastogne, almost 5 months. It's full now. Every page, my story, my experience, my war. I'll take it home, show it to Hope someday, when she's old enough, when she asks about the war, about what I did. I'll let her read this, let her see, let her understand. This is what I did, Hope. This is who I was. This is the war I fought so you could be born free. It wasn't glorious. It wasn't heroic. It was cold and brutal and terrifying. But it was necessary. And I survived. And now I'm coming home to you. That's my message, my legacy, my truth. The war's over. We won. But the victory tastes like ashes. Too many dead. Too many memories. Too much loss. But also too much hope. Too much future. Too much life. Hope. Dorothy. Home. Normal. Peace, bound. That's what I fought for. That's what Eddie died for. That's what it was all about. And now I get to have it. Get to live it. Get to be it. I'm coming home, Dorothy. I'm meeting Hope. I'm living the life we planned. The war's over. My war's over. And now, finally, I get to live. Not survive. Live. Really live. For me, for Eddie, for everyone who didn't make it. I'll live enough for all of us. That's my promise, my vow, my future. I survived Bastogne, I survived the war, I survived, now I live. Epilogue. This diary was found in the attic of the Kowalski family home in Hamtramck, Michigan in March 2024 by Hope Marie Kowalski's granddaughter Sarah. James Jimmy Kowalski returned home to Detroit in August 1945. He married Dorothy Mazur in a full ceremony in July 1946 at St. Florian Catholic Church. He worked at Ford Motor Company for 37 years. He and Dorothy had 3 more children. James Jr., born 1947. Michael, born 1949. And Angela, born 1952. Jimmy struggled with nightmares and what we now know as PTSD for many years. But with Dorothy's support and love, he found peace. He attended 100 First Airborne reunions every year. He stayed in touch with Johnny Reardon until Reardon's death in 1998. Jimmy visited Eduardo Martinez's family in San Antonio in 1947. He gave Mrs. Martinez Eddie's dog tags and told her stories about her son. He bought Eddie's sister the biggest doll in Texas, as promised. He never spoke about Bastogne to anyone except Dorothy and his fellow veterans. When his children asked, he would say only, "We did what we had to do, that's all." But he told Hope everything. His firstborn, his namesake, his reason for surviving. When Hope was 18, Jimmy gave her this diary. "Read it," he said, "so you know, so you remember, so you understand." Hope kept the diary for 66 years. She shared it with her children, her grandchildren, kept Eduardo Martinez's memory alive, as Jimmy had promised. James Kowalski died peacefully in his sleep on December 24th, 2001. Christmas Eve. 57 years to the day that Eduardo Martinez died. He was buried in Holy Cross Cemetery in Detroit, full military honors. American flag folded and presented to Dorothy. Taps played, 21-gun salute. On his headstone, PFC James Kowalski, 506th PIR, 101st Airborne, husband, father, survivor, hero, at peace. Dorothy lived until 2015. She was buried beside him. And Hope Marie Kowalski, she lived a full life, became a teacher, had 4 children, 10 grandchildren, told them all about their grandfather Jimmy and Uncle Eddie and the winter of Bastogne. This diary is their inheritance, their legacy, their history, so they never forget. So we never forget. End of diary.